And we are live. Welcome to the Arena Coop as I start up Hearthstone.
How's it going, guys? Thanks for joining us.
This is Adwicta. Or like
This is
forgetting our
Mercs.
script. So my game actually
We
just
could
closed. Like the
deviate.
instant I clicked start streaming, my game was like, oh nope, you've been inactive for too long.
Uh, we could deviate from the script a little bit.
So this is a very special Arena Coop in that it is the last GVG Arena Coop, and we are about to circle through, once we do Priest today, all of the classes of Hearthstone 4 times, which is great.
Wow.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
been 4 times 9, whatever that number is. It's been that many arena coops.
It's pretty good.
36. I could just read. It's number 36.
Math.
Yeah.
We've always been
So
strong at math.
yeah, and in celebration of this, the only thing we're going to do is after this show, we're going to evaluate the BRM cards, Blackrock Mountain. And me and Merps haven't really talked much about it. And we don't have all the cards because they haven't revealed all the cards. And hopefully they'll reveal it all in good time. But they have revealed all the neutral commons, which I think is what is most important. I remember when it first came out and I saw the distribution of cards, I was like, oh, it's not going to have a huge impact. But now I'm starting to think it really will have a pretty good big impact on the meta. In many ways. And we'll talk about that later. But for now, we should look at this. This is this picture that's now up on the stream is the cinnamon rolls that Captain Goof has shared the recipe with Natasha for.
Thank
So
you very
Merps.
much. Well, I have yet to taste them, but I'm sure Natasha will appreciate the recipe. She is nodding in the background.
I won't let you down.
Okay, so let's go with the priest. We have not done priest in GVG since I think it's like the very first week or the second week.
Yeah, it's been a while. The priest really hasn't moved. I think we talked about the classes and how where they are relative to each other. I think there has been some movement since we last really talked about it. I don't know if you agree with me. I think Hunter has moved down just a little bit, and I think Shaman has moved up a little bit. Shaman was, we were trashing a Shaman a lot before. I think it's in a pretty decent spot right now.
And I think
Don't
we
know
said
if,
that in the beginning when it first came out. We said that
yes.
Hunter was going to be moving down as the meta solidifies,
Mhm.
and the Shaman was not going to be god awful the entire time.
No,
Now,
no,
I still
no.
think it's god awful, but I recognize that it's actually not god awful. I just have that
Right.
lingering aftertaste from like when it all of a sudden went from like the second best class to god awful.
Yeah. So I think the other classes have been pretty consistent, though. I don't see like the mage and paladin are still top tier. Priest is still really good. Warrior, unfortunately, is still
The best
pretty much at the
class
bottom.
for pros, the best class.
There you
I'm
go.
kidding. It's not the best class for anyone.
Yeah, so I just pretty much just see those classes maybe switching positions or switching ranks a little bit. Um, Other than that, everything else is pretty solid.
Okay, so our first pick, which I am not sharing my screen with you, so you don't
No,
know.
you're not. So I don't know. I have no idea.
Well, you're not gonna be happy.
Oh boy. Hmm. Yeah, it's pretty terrible.
That is correct. It is pretty terrible.
Damn. What are your thoughts on this?
I want a
This,
Ravenhold Assassin. I think it's a better card. It's the first pick. It's stealth. It means we'll get something on the board. We could bluff it.
yeah. The problem with Ravenhole Assassin is like you want to stealth like a tiger and you
Yeah.
stealth it.
Yeah.
Ravenhole Assassin, first of all, is just understated.
Yep.
Like severely
Severely so.
understated.
Yep. And then it already has a very high attack, so you don't want to Valence it. It is pretty good if you Temple Enforcer it or like Power Shield it though.
It is. What do you think about Arcane Golem just on the later turns to have more initiative to just be able to use it as a removal?
It's fine, but you can't play it at any time before, basically, when you could play you could actually play Ravenhold way before you could play Arcane Golem. And it basically, like, Arcane Golem is basically a Shadow Bolt.
Yeah,
That
it's
you
basically
can't play until
Shadow Bolt.
until
Yeah.
way later. I go with the Ravenhold.
I'm fine with the Ravenhold. Yeah, it's just nice to talk it out, and it is unfortunate. Not a good pick.
All right. We have Wolf Rider and Mind Vision ranked the same. Murloc Tidehunter ranked much lower. I don't want a Murloc Tidehunter here.
Yeah. I'm fine with the Mind Vision, actually.
Yeah, right? Good. Because
Yeah.
I don't want a Wolf Rider this early.
No,
I would
Wolf
prefer
Rider
a
isn't
Mind
that
Vision.
strong.
Yeah. Okay, so we're at the point where we have two essentially utility cards. Ravenhold and Mind Vision are both late game utility cards for the most part. Although Mind Vision
Yeah.
can like be played in a pinch pretty much everywhere, but you don't know what you're getting from it. So we need to start building a curve. Oh, there's the light bomb.
Interesting. Very interesting pick.
You,
Um,
you're not gonna get over the Sea Giant, right?
Sea Giant is still just too good.
Sea Giant.
Light Bomb has won me games and also lost when I've been on the other side, but it's too. You can't expect to play off the board as Priest. That's way too dangerous. Playing off the board as Priest is death. Sea Giant,
Yeah.
pretty good.
Like Light
pretty
Bomb,
solid.
it costs
It's
so
exactly
much
what you
mana.
want.
You don't do anything after you do it, so you're basically
Yeah.
just like stalling the game with it. That's all you can do with a Light Bomb.
Yeah, you could definitely save your ass a few times, but no. Let's go with the Sea Giant. There's only one choice here. There's only one choice here, guys.
Okay, so Mind Blast has a 0.05, which is 1.95 less than its base starting score. Apparently, we have a very not Mind Blasty deck.
Well, it's not aggro at all.
We have 7 damage of reach there. Sea Giant could be aggro.
Could be.
Come on. I think Earth Arena screwing up big time there.
Could be. So this is a pretty good place to pick us Overhead Knight.
Yup.
Just the highest value card.
High value. Hey, there's that Mind Blast again. This is going to be one of those drafts where if we did it over, we take all the Mind Blasts.
Maybe. Alright, so it's between Shattered Sun Cleric and Shadow Word Death.
You take the death over the cleric, right?
Yeah, I think it's a good
Yeah.
time to take the Shadow Word Death.
Because as the priest, if you have the board, you're kind of good already. So, Shattered Sun
Right.
gets like a little less value than in other classes.
Right. So Shattered Sun can can give you a huge tempo lead early on. Shadow Word Death gives you that tempo swing later on. Do we need the 2, or can we just go with the Holy Smite?
Hey, we go
Holy
to Holy
Smite.
Smite.
Yeah, Holy Smite is just a better card.
It's a pretty it can't ping. It can ping now. Hey, thanks for subbing, Rex Nyla. And I understand I'm going to turn the volume on this thing down again. That startled me. I don't know if you saw it. I was like, what is that? I need someone. Okay. I'm going to post this on Reddit after this. So we need someone to help me with this sound file because I don't know how to work sounds. But welcome to the Coop. And Merbs, you could talk about this pick while I fix the sound mixer to make that volume a little less prominent.
Sure. So here, unfortunately, we don't have great picks. We don't have any 2, but you can't consider Master Swordsmith the 2 at all. So that won't help us fill in that gap. Between the 3s, Goblin Sapper, it's just a generic 2/4. You can never really expect it to be a 6/4. Emperor Cobra just seems to be the best pick here, so I would just go with the Emperor Cobra because unfortunately the other cards are just average, like the Goblin Sapper, or pretty bad, like the Master Swordsmith.
Yep. Totally agree with everything you say. So Emperor Cobra it is.
Yep. Not loving this draft so far, I gotta say.
Really?
It's not great.
I actually really like this draft so far. We just need to fill in our curve, and then we're good.
Stormwind Knight here.
Yeah, Storm and Knight. I mean, it's
Yeah,
not a very high value draft, but
it's not a high value draft at all.
I think it can come together. Like with a pint-sized summoner right here.
Let me see. Do we have stuff that we can silent? I'm okay with the Wailing Soul.
What?
Wailing Soul. Wait,
What do you want to silence?
size.
We have nothing
I
that's
mean, you don't-
beneficial to
I don't
silence.
want to. I don't
Oh.
want to silence anything. I'm just okay taking it as a 4 for a 3/5 body.
Really? Even though we don't have any 2-drops on our 10th pick?
Pint-sized Summoner isn't exactly a 2.
Hmm. What is my mic like super loud? Is that what's happening?
I have no idea.
People are talking about my mic. I hope it's not super loud. I can move farther away from it. I can't really adjust the volume right now. Okay. So Light of the
also-
Naru
well,
is the
also-
value pick. I just don't know if we'll get to a
Yes.
good place to use it.
Yeah, this deck is it's one of those cards in which if you have turns that you can be kind of cute with, or if you have a solid deck, Light of the Naru is really good. We don't have a solid deck right now.
Mhm.
This is just a messy, incoherent deck. And I realize we're only a third of the way in,
But we're already a third of the way in, and we have one 3-drop and no
Yeah.
2-drops. And to get the right number of 2 and 3 drops, that's 10 more cards. That means the next half of the draft have to be 2 and 3 drops.
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of want to take a 2-drop right now. It's a totally fine 2-drop. Because you ramp out a 4 and you have the board.
I'm curious, what's Hearth Arena saying?
Hearth Arena is saying
Naru?
Light of the Naru. It's not worried at all about our curve. But it's saying Pite-sized Summoner over Wailing Soul. Because it sees no Wailing Soul synergy. And Hearth Arena is right. There are no Wailing Soul synergies here right now.
Right. So my justification for Wailing Soul is that its body is decent for what it is, and right now we could just use bodies at 2, 3, and 4, because we kind of filled out on these like weird things, like not solid bodies on 2, 3, and 4, which are the most important turns.
Yeah, but wouldn't you rather fill a body on 2 than 4? We need more 2s than we need 4s.
We do, but I don't count Pint-sized Summoner as a 2, right?
Why?
That's
Why would you not count it as a 2 though?
I mean, it just gets hard countered by 2, 3s.
Yeah,
And
it gets hard countered by 2 3s, but if only when it doesn't die, if it lives for one turn, you're gonna get it back because you're gonna put out a 4-drop on turn 3, and that's gonna eat whatever he eats your thing with, and then eat the next thing while being on the board that he can't remove and being able to buff. And isn't that what's the most important for a priest?
No, it's fine. I'm not completely against taking the Pint-sized Summoner. Just think.
Yeah, Casagro says Wailing Soul is bad on priest in general though if you get other buffs, which we probably will. Let's
We
be
probably
honest. I really don't like Wailing Soul.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
I'm
Pint-sized
okay with
Summoner?
it.
Or would you want Light of the
I'm fine
Naru
with
for the value that we probably won't get from what I'm seeing right now?
We just don't have that.
We'll be healing our face,
Yeah,
is what that Light
we'll
of
be
the Naru
healing
is going
our
to do.
face.
Yeah. Which is fine, but it just means it's a 1-mana card you can't play on turn 1. And you play later on to get the value.
Right.
And I want something for our curve.
I'm pretty torn on this one. I'm okay with both Pint-sized Summoner and Light of the Naru. Do you feel very strongly one way?
Mm-hmm. I feel very strongly
Okay.
about Pint-sized Summoner. Because I like the
Okay.
card, and because we need 2s.
All right, let's do it then.
Valens.
Valen's Chosen. Fantastic card. Okay. This is something you're always happy to see. Just a
Mhm.
top tier card.
God.
Well,
Hearth Arena St. Argent Squire. No Morgan Infantry is also a card.
It is also a card. Um, I want to go with Hearth Arena
Yeah.
and go with Arch and Squire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need something to get our card advantage back because we have too
Oh,
many
come
like small
on.
things. Third Mind Blast. So assuming Dalaran Mage is not a card, even though we have two synergies for it already, it would be Inner Fire.
It would be Inner Fire.
We
Yeah.
have no good Inner Fire targets, but we may use it on opponents.
Yeah. To help us save something.
Yep.
Wow, this is bad. Yeah.
And this is why I took the 2-drop earlier. So now we don't have to take this 2-drop, and we could take the way better card.
Yeah, Northshire is a win condition.
Yep. Grizzly?
Oh, jeez. Silver Moon? Silver Moon?
You really want that 4-drop, don't you? I'm okay with the Silver Moon. I think Grizzly's
Yeah,
better, though. It's ranked higher for us, and we have
It is
one
ranked
4-drop and one 3-drop. And we need more 3s than 4s in general.
It's
I'm
pretty
okay with
terrible.
either. I just...
Silver Moon is just one of those cards that I've found performs a little bit better than I expected to.
Okay, but it's Priest. You can't heal it. Like, do you really want a 4-drop you can't heal?
Well, you can't. It's okay to have some stuff you can't heal because you can't just heal everything.
Mm-hmm.
Um, damn.
Like, I'm still worried about the curve. We're now at pick 15, and we have one 3-drop, one 4-drop, one 2-drop. So all my picks
Yeah.
are going to be whichever is lower on the curve that we need to fill.
You know what? That's fine. We can just err on the safe side. Like Silver Moon is not a great card, anyways.
Yep. All right,
Crusader.
a good card. It's been a while, hasn't it?
It's been a long time.
Been a while. Second Northshire. It's gonna be one of those
Second
decks.
Yeah. All right. So we just need to coin every game so we could Northshire coin into Valence.
Dark
Dark
Cultist.
Cultist. We need 2s. Yeah. It's really bad when you don't have 2s or 4s. If you have a lot of 2s,
There's
it
a
makes
4.
up for the fact that there's a 4.
Power
Yeah.
Word Shield is great, but we're not taking it over our dire need of 4-drops.
Yes.
Good,
we need
good.
the Shredder.
Hearth Arena has the Shredder at 103 and Power Word Shield at 85. Good job, Hearth Arena.
Yeah. It just recognized we don't have stuff.
Yeah, especially if we had the Pint-Sized Summoner. We need 3s and 4s.
Yeah.
Here's some value. I'm okay with the Azure Drake here over the Bomb Lobber because we may not have the board and we may not be able to do things with the Bomb Lobber.
Yeah. I see a lot of situations where we need to hope with the Bomb Lobber. Let's just go with the Drake. It's just more solid. More solid, more consistent. Shadow Word Pain, the
Good
only
card.
card. The only card here.
Hey,
The
at least
others
this
are
time,
not.
at least this time we had a card. That didn't happen
Yeah.
for a couple turns.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Ooh, how badly do we need a 2?
Damn.
Hearth Arena says it's close, man. I'd go
It's
with a
close.
Yeti. I don't want to take a Youthful Brewmaster.
I want to go with the Yeti as well, but geez, we have no early game at all.
We have absolutely no early game.
Wow. This is close.
Yep.
We've had a lot of tough picks this draft, and not for the good reason. Damn.
I don't know. Maybe Youthful Brewmaster's right pick. It's pick 22. We have 1-2-drop. Although this is not really good in the sense that to play it, you would have to throw back your 1-drop.
I know.
Although you kind of want to sometimes, right? If it's Northshire. But you don't really get to pick. You kind of have to drop it.
We need. Okay, if we don't pick this one in the next
8 cards.
8 picks,
One
we
of which
need-
has to be rare.
we need 3 more 2s.
Minimum. We need way more
How-
than that. We have 1-2-drop.
We have 1-2-drop.
We have the
Damn.
Pint-Sized Summoner. Remember how you said, oh, maybe we don't want to pick a Pint-Sized Summoner? Well, that's our 1-2-drop.
I mean, that's Sabians right now.
So, Youthful? I think we have to drop in value. Although we don't have fours either. That's the problem, right? Like, we have 2 4-drops. No, let's go with the Yeti. We don't have fours either. It's pointless to get twos and not be able to follow it up. We have nothing to heal. Like, this is awful.
No, that's true.
We were just not offered anyway. Let's go with the Yeti. We got to outvalue this. Valens.
I don't know how we're gonna get Valens off because we're
one drops. We have Northshires. We have Argent Squires. We actually have a good amount of 1-drops.
Okay.
Boulder Fist.
All these pandas.
I'm not taking a panda over a Boulder Fist.
Oh my god.
Novice is a playable card on turn 2. Shattered, if we were to play Shattered, we would almost always rather play Valens, and we have 2 Valens. And we have 3 actual 3-drops. I don't think Shattered is a very good card. But your call. It's not like Novice does anything.
No, right. Novice doesn't actually do anything.
Mm-hmm. The chat wants Novice. Call Drash says, just draft hurts me mentally. I know, it hurts us physically and on top of mentally as well as spiritually. And our general faith in Blizzard.
Really bad. I mean, if you tell me that we're going to draft a deck with 2 Northshires and 2 Valens, I'm like, oh, okay, that's pretty decent. No, this draft is god-awful. Man.
Novice gives us a Valen target.
They're just going to kill it.
Not if we have 1-drop first. They can only kill one of the 2 things. And we have 3 1-drops. We're using Northshire as like a 1-drop. And then we're inner firing it. Because that's our turn 2 play.
Yeah. So, guys, I understand. It'd be great if we have something after the Valens out. My concern is it won't survive, but we can pick it. Shattered Sun is not doing anything for us in this deck.
Yeah, it does nothing in this deck. There's not a single time that I think it would accomplish anything besides be a 3-2 that you play on turn 3.
Right.
And it happened. We just did that. Oh, thank you, Giblin.
Oh my god.
Yes, 111. Hearth Arena, you're not giving this guy enough credit. It should be 200. Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much. This might save this shitty draft. Shrink.
Oh, Yeti.
Oh, yes. Yeti. Oh my god. Blizzard is looking out for us.
Oh, Hearth Arena, why are you saying Holy Nova?
Really?
It's definitely
wrong.
Yeti.
That's wrong. That's just wrong.
And we're back.
Alright, so how
So
many twos
is Wisp a consideration here? So I know Hearth Arena is giving Wisp a 0, but it is a card. Are we out of the woods with the 2s yet? Because we're not getting a 2-drop on the rares, most likely.
We're out. Yes, we're out of the woods.
1, 2, 3. We have 3 2-drops. We're not out of the woods.
Oh, sorry, I counted Novice by mistake. I just looked at it.
Okay, do we want an extra card to just like throw out there that'll make one of our 1-drops become a 2-drop? Because that's what Wisp will do for us. It will also lose total card advantage.
Right.
But can we gain that back with the Northshires? Because we have 1, 2, 3. We actually only have 3 big things. We don't have a lot of big things either. Although I guess Valens could be a big thing, right? Depending on where you use it on.
I think about Tempo Wisp.
We have to take this overhand night. We can't go down to Wisp.
We have to take this overhand night. Can't go with the Tempo play.
Young Priestess it is.
Yeah, it's gonna be Young Priestess.
Maybe it's Angry Chicken. Angry Chicken? We have 2 Valens.
No.
We have 2 Valens. No. You play Angry Chicken. He doesn't do anything. You Valens chosen it, and you get like, I don't know the math, but it's a really big thing.
Turns into a 3/5, and then it would turn into an 8 whatever. But
8/5 because you can heal it. Oh no, you can't heal it. It stops enraging.
Right. it'll be like an 8-3 or 8-2 most likely. No. We're taking the
Fine.
Young Priestess
I will
because
say
it's
this
actually
though,
going to
Hearth
help us.
Arena is fucking up your hardcore. It's giving Angry Chicken a value of 4. Valence Chosen should increase it by way more than that. It's
I
not gonna beat
hope,
out a Young Priestess, okay? But still, let's go with the Young Priestess. We have 4
yeah,
1-drops now, so we're probably gonna have a 1.
yeah. No, this is good.
It's gonna be the
This is
Valence
what.
Chosen deck. This is when you keep Valence Chosens in your opening hand, right? Classic aggro priest. All right, let's do this.
Oh my
This
God.
is such a
Like,
shitty deck. This isn't
it's
even
such a
an
shitty
aggro
deck.
deck. It's like a really shitty deck. That's all this is.
I'll
We have a lot of
predict.
1-drops. We have a Sea Giant. This is like heavy synergy. We have 2 Silverhand Knights for the Sea Giant. We
I'll predict
have.
5 wins.
I predict 5 wins too.
Yeah,
But
I'll predict five
you
wins.
can't
This
say we
week's
don't
got a
have the
lot better.
cards, all right? We have pretty much all the cards we want. We just don't have a curve, and we have a ton of 1s for no good reason.
Yeah, the lack of twos and the lack of good two, like pint-sized summoner is one of our own. If we're gonna call it a legit two,
It's a
which
legit
we
2.
really shouldn't.
It's a legit 2.
We
It's as
shouldn't
legit
really
as a
call it
Murloc
that,
Tidehunter.
yeah, kind of. Yeah. So if that's a legit two, then we only have 3 legit twos,
Uh-huh.
really.
But it's
And
okay
that's
because
gonna
we have
kill
4
us.
1-drops. And we have 1 Shadow Word Pain, which is half a time a 2. And we don't have to
Half
have
a time.
2s because we have 1s. And if we ever have a coin, we'll just coin out our 3s.
Yeah.
So, let's hope we never start first.
Yeah. I don't know if this is a deck in which we have to keep Valens. I
Really.
don't think so. I don't think so.
We have no 2s. We have to 1 coin 3/3.
Uh,
No?
no, I don't think so. We have enough
Why?
ones that we can possibly do something like
Why? 1s just die to 2 straight up, more, like half the time or more.
Arch and Squire. It's like we have
Which still dies to a 2 half the time or more.
right, and then
A 1 doesn't replace a 2. There's a reason
no,
why
it
we
doesn't
don't, that
replace.
it's not.
Well, yeah. It's like it allows you to possibly throw out like 2 things out in
You'd
the
have to
early
have
turns.
you'd have to have 2 1-drops though.
Yeah, or on turn 3 we need to have a 2 and a 1, which is the same.
Which
problem.
means
We
you
need to
have a 2. We're not gonna have a 2 and a 1. This isn't that kind of deck. The 1-drops aren't gonna do that. That's not the 1-drop's job. The 1-drop's job is to stay there and be Valen. That's its only job.
That's so we still have to draw into one of our ones though.
Yeah, we have 4 of them. It's not that hard. It's much easier than drawing into one of our 2s.
I don't think we keep Valens. I think we need to dig for all of our low drops, just all of them.
But Valens is a win condition, and we lose if we don't win. Especially with this deck, we lose if we don't win.
You heard it here first, guys. Next level advice.
You gotta win. Like, okay, so what I mean is, when a deck gets worse and worse, you have to play to the variance more and more. This
That is
deck is
very true.
bad. Valens is variance. You want the 1-drop, coin, Valens. Because if you don't get that, you're probably not going to win with this deck. We don't even have things that stick around on the board besides a Crusader. Everything else is, like, meant to die. Like,
Yeah.
none of this is gonna... This is all crap.
Yeah. All right. You know what? Let's start up the game. I think you're talking me into it. People are loving your quote.
Look, all I'm saying is Madden was onto something, alright? The guy's a genius.
Well, he does have his name on a billion-dollar video game industry. It's pretty good.
I can't question things like this. Sometimes you look at results, and you just think, okay, I may think he's a stupid, stupid person who says meaningless things, but clearly he's onto something.
Yeah.
There we go. There's our 1. Okay, we go first, so it doesn't matter. We don't keep Valens. And we don't have Valens to keep. There are reasons to not keep Valens.
Next level.
Hey, we got a
analysis.
2. We got a 1. We got a 2. We got everything. Okay, Squire, then Giblin. And then Norshire heal.
Yes,
The light.
Hopefully he drops a mini whatever.
I know.
Pass your turn. No.
Okay.
That works as well, right?
Yeah.
We drop the Giblin, we run the 1/1 in.
Yeah.
Although we don't have to, we could Shrinkmeister the next turn. We might as well. Because, you know, I guess what if he, like... Merps? Hello? Merps.
Hello?
Yep, you're back. Okay, do we run this in?
Oh.
I think we're at 0-0. We can run it in and think he's not doing anything tricky. Because if he does Argent Protector, he eats it, whereas he wouldn't otherwise.
I fight.
I'm fine with not running it in, actually.
If he does Argent Protector, we can Norshire, eat it, and heal up. But no, we're going to Shrinkmeister it. Like, realistically, we're going to Shrinkmeister. So, okay, let's not run it in.
I can't see your screen. If
Oh.
X marks the spot.
What's going on? What's he doing?
What? I'm sharing my screen.
Oh, okay.
Now, he already used his coin. We can Shadow Word Pain the 3-2, drop the Norshire, and kill the 2-3 while keeping our Giblin hurt. He has to play a 3-drop, which as the Paladin means he can't do anything. We can heal and Shrinkmeister the next turn.
I like that.
Right?
Yeah. It's good planning. Yeah, it's his turn 3. Stuff that hurts us here. Muster? Doesn't really hurt us that much here.
No. As long as the Norshire stays alive, we're good.
What is he setting up for?
We could heal the 2-1, trade the 1-1 in, and go face, and drop a Pint Size, so Consecration doesn't do anything. But if he doesn't Consecrate, then the Pint Size ruins his day. Right? Yeah, I like that. It's 5 damage on the board. We have a Shrinkmeister in hand. He has to kill the Pint Size, whether with a sword or with a Consecrate.
Yeah, okay, let's heal.
Otherwise, we get to Shrinkmeister and then Yeti next turn.
I mean, that's...
I fight. Right away.
This is fine. There were a couple more options as well. I think this is kind of like a vanilla, like pretty safe.
We drew a card, which we wanted to do, and we traded 1 for 1 in the whole big picture. I mean, 2 for 2 or 1 for 1. We traded 1 for 1 because he ended up killing it with. Okay, so there's the Yeti, which we can Shrinkmeister.
Yeah,
which will keep our Giblin and our Norshire alive.
Yep.
And we're okay throwing away the Pint Size and setting up a really major Consecrate because we have like a huge board.
Well, we Shrinkmeister and then toss those stuff in.
Right away. Coming through.
Should
We
we
have to
just
Yeti.
heal? No.
No.
We got a Yeti.
Well, actually, we can heal, and if he Consecrates, we'll Yeti then. You want to heal the Priestess, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Because he's not going to put anything on turn 5 that has more, more damage than this. So I'm okay with healing this.
Plus, we have a chance to draw into something.
Yay!
Yeah, we put it out. It could help us.
No!
Does not.
Come on, you picked the one that didn't matter.
Right. No, but it was a good move in the end. We were able to put more power out on the board, actually. Yeah.
And it keeps his Priestess alive.
Yes.
Which is very key, because if he Consecrates, we Yeti and we heal the Priestess.
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't have a consecrate.
Still pretty annoying.
Huh? I don't see how it's annoying. We heal the 2/3 to draw a card. We throw all 3 of our cards in to trade with all of his stuff, and then we drop a Yeti.
Yeah, well, let's draw first.
And this doesn't even die.
Oh my god.
And we can Valence. God, there's so many things that can happen here. So we can Valence this and actually just kill it.
Yeah, I say we do that. And it survives at 3 health, which is pretty good. And the 2/4 at...
Right away.
It's good. Everything's at 3 health.
Training.
So don't Kobold, Geomancer, and, you know.
Well, now the one that we care about is alive, so care less
Well,
about it now.
No, I'd rather the Shrinkmeister guy survive then.
Did someone say Bob?
Well, that's him giving up.
That's him giving up. That's it. Concede.
Well played.
Concede. He's not gonna concede.
Let's throw this in.
Do you want to draw first so we can play Silverhand Knight? Like, do you want to draw at all?
I want to heal the one that's going to stay alive.
Right, exactly.
Oh, but
Yeah.
you want to draw first.
Right.
That's fair. Oh, we get to play this instead of the silver hand. That's better.
Right away.
Okay.
Hey, it gets even more health.
Yep.
Why is he still playing? Unless that was like actually a slip up. He's basically conceded.
Yeah, he just spent a card to, Okay. Like, that was a good move.
Okay, well we're playing the board, right? So I'm gonna attack face with the actually I'm just gonna attack this with the Giblin.
Oh,
With
wait,
this.
you're gonna attack that with
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
North Star? Okay, sure.
Because of that.
Yeah.
Let's him draw a card. That's
I mean,
fine.
That's fine. Still majorly behind. Are we doing this?
I guess we don't
could.
care.
We don't care yet. Well, let's
We'll
deal
just-
with the board
More
first.
training.
Yeah.
I want the Boulder Fist out. So I do want to heal it.
Okay, sure.
Because I just want something big out. Because we already have
Right.
something big.
Well, I would tap off the shield, and I'm okay going face with the
Okay.
with the other one. I just want the shield off.
I feel bad for continuing to waste this guy's time.
I know.
Because I know there were like optimal ways to do that, but there's no coming back for him.
My eyes are open.
I don't
It's
know why
fine,
he's
man.
still playing. Maybe he lives one more turn.
Yeah, that does actually. Okay. Cool.
Slam these two into that. And then heal.
Are we?
Injured.
Sure. Why not? Jeez. We are disgusting people.
We could have reach. Well, we do have reach. I guess not enough reach. I guess we could draw one more card.
I hope you like my invention.
Why are we playing our weakest cards?
Reach.
For the king!
Now we can reach the next turn with the Holy North.
Right. So the equality consecrates here. It
Mhm.
doesn't even matter. We are disgusting people for prolonging this game. Ooh.
I see that card way too much.
I know.
See, that wasn't that bad. This deck is fine if you draw your 1 and 2 drop.
It's fine if you just extrapolate all of your predictions from the very first game.
Where you had a perfect curve in many different ways and options. We had options every single turn.
Yeah, we did. Pretty good options.
Uh-huh.
I was overwhelmed by the number of options that we had. Wow, this deck is nutso? Yes, exactly. And that's exactly what we were saying, right? It's just so good. So good.
Classic aggro priest.
Classic aggro priest, my god.
Hey, we had 1 drops. Kept the board. You didn't stand a chance.
Yeah, Blessed Champion equals 5 mana Blessing of Might that time.
Oh, he's gonna try to go fast, but we're gonna go faster.
Classic aggro priest, ahoy. Ahoy. Ooh.
Keep the 2 and the 3, try to start fast. I'm okay keeping the 3.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
we don't need a 4, we can heal.
Yeah, let's start fast.
Not
Let's
that
do
we
it.
can heal any of these guys, but
Oh, outpace him.
no,
Terrible.
maybe not.
Should have kept the 4. Should have kept the 4. Just
Oh, who says terrible? If we kept the 4, we couldn't do this.
well, no, we still could have because the 4 was in the place of the Boulderfist Ogre.
I know, it means we switched 1 less card, which means we would have gotten that 1 turn later.
I don't know exactly how it works. Is that the way it
Yeah,
works?
that's how it works. You throw the cards back and you draw 4 more and you can't reproduce those. Well, this isn't the best.
No.
So it doesn't have to be the best. We could just Novice Engineer and go face. I don't want to waste the Shrinkmeister.
Yeah. No, Shrinkmeister's not getting wasted
You
here.
like my invention?
Look at that Novice Engineer. We purposefully played it over a 2-drop.
Ugh.
And we regret it immediately. Scarlet Face?
Scarlet Face. That's all we can do.
You're sure?
It's okay. Stormwind Knight will mop up the other one.
Yeah, exactly.
Huh? Wait,
Coil.
did he hold that? That was like from like the middle. I guess he like missed it on his very first turn. That must have been what it is. He drew it right after his first turn.
I guess so.
Still Stormwind.
Knight.
Oh.
Yeah. Same thing. Nothing changes.
For honor.
Okay. So the Warlock has board initiative, which is not great, but... Oh, he's
I
tapping.
think we have board initiative.
Now we do. Yes, we do.
Ugh. There's just Yeti.
We just Yeti. The Priestess is not doing anything, because we're anticipating just eating the other thing on the next turn, right?
Yep.
We just want this guy to tap every single turn right now. Like, go get your cards, that's fine.
Because we can only get cards if we have the board. So. Fine.
Is he trading both in?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not great, but...
Yeah, it's fine.
Alright.
Emperor Cobra Pint Size Freeze it. Or you want a Boulder Fist because you can't do anything to a Boulder Fist.
Right. I kind of just want to do that.
Alright, fine. I was trying to be fancy.
I know, but right now we're matching 1 for 1. I think the freeze can be good when we're really trying to push, right? Young Priestess doesn't... It doesn't exactly constitute a push for the board.
Got something on the board.
Yeah.
This is fine too. Lets us heal this up. He needs a power overwhelming or another removal that'll likely cost him a card or 3 mana to remove it. It's fine.
Yeah, this is good. We have a flexible hand. I do like the freeze a lot. The freeze really helps you get ahead on the board, claim the board. Annoying. Okay.
It's time for a little blood.
Is that it? It's great.
I feel very good about this.
Feeling very good about this.
I must consider.
Ravenholt, hit the 1/3.
Yeah, that was the thing I looked at initially. We could also do something like Shrinkmeister, Cobra, and freeze the 4/5.
Yeah, we could.
Must consider.
I don't see the need to. I
don't
think
see
we're
the need
still
to.
fine on the board and we can get a Ravenholt out.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Because he's most likely going to play the Dread Inferno, but that doesn't do anything. Because our thing all has 6 health still.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe another Mortal Coil. Who knows? We'll see.
But then we're playing around 2 cards, and we have a policy against playing around 2 cards
Mhm.
in a state in which we are not in a lead.
Mhm.
You just can't. You can't play around 2 cards.
My shield for Argus.
Fine.
Still doesn't do anything.
Does nothing.
I can ease your.
No!
Man, this guy and his taps at the end of the turn.
Okay, we need to kill that thing immediately. He's gonna win on that. Like, I wasn't worried before, but he's gonna win on that. Crap. Holding over really does nothing. So we have to eat his 2 things, and now we need to spread really wide on this board with a heal. Like Young Priestess, Argent Squire, heal,
Do we shrink?
Cobra. Oh yeah, shrink and pint size.
Okay.
So which one do we? Oh, we can shrink this, so then we can heal the Boulder Fist because Boulder Fist is going in there.
Boulder Fist is going in there. If we shrink that to a 3, we could also heal that. It's basically which one do you want to survive? Nothing survives the potential Hellfire.
Nothing.
Yeah. Okay. Do it.
Let's see if this works.
Problem solved.
Quickly.
The light protects me.
Do you need a blessing? Summoning portal open.
Yay! Way to do
Pretty
nothing.
bad one. Yeah, pretty bad one to buff. Looking back on Mike, man, I don't know. We could have actually used the Holy Nova like preemptively to prevent something like Hellfire.
Oh, it didn't deal any damage, so you didn't heal.
Hellfire is good. Yeah, we opened ourselves up to that board queer. Well, it's mind vision.
The alternate play would have involved freezing something.
I think we freeze the spider tank. No?
You want to freeze the spider tank here? Alright, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
You love my recipe.
See, Mistress of Pain always wins games. I knew we lost as soon as I came on the board. There's just nothing you can do against it. It's 4 health. And it heals you. Like, it healed him for like 5 health over the course of its life. Well, actually only 3, but that's because he chose to use it like that. There's nothing we can do about this. Do we have to Holy Nova this? I think we may have to Holy Nova it.
I think you have to. So like Bob the Trogs.
No.
Yeah.
No, we
Yeah,
don't
'cause
have to. We can attack this and then heal it up. Yeah, we need to set up the Holy Nova.
Alright, yeah, we gotta set it up. It's one of the only ways that we'll win.
Good.
It's not the worst thing to get. This guy has a lot of good answers.
Yep.
Nice.
That's not going to do anything.
No.
We're just going to heal this up and bop it in.
Yeah. We also just, like, this is a game in which we needed the cleric a lot earlier. When
Yep.
we actually had
One
stuff
of our
that we were
two
able to
clerics.
heal. Yeah. Oh my god.
The gates are open.
Oh my god.
I mean, we lost this game when he had a Shadow Flame.
Yeah. It's just over. Okay. Good game.
Does he actually have lethal?
Huh? Yeah.
12, 18. Yeah, I guess he does have lethal.
Yeah.
Well played. You have best.
Yeah, Slight Bomb would have been pretty good there.
What did we take over Light Bomb? Oh, Sea Giant. We wouldn't have drawn it.
Yeah.
Slash, we would have been totally good if we had a Sea Giant earlier.
I do think there was a way to play that turn in which we spread really wide that made us less susceptible. Looking at his deck, I mean, he had a really good deck too. His deck
No,
was
he
very
didn't have a very good deck. He had a very average deck, I thought.
He had a
What
lot
did he
of-
have? He had one Shadow Flame. He had random janky big things. He had one Dread Inferno. He had no Void Callers. He had no Dark Bombs. He had nothing. He had one Shatter Sun that, you know, is just an okay card.
He had big stuff for the late game, and he had tricky cards that could help him survive. to
Yeah,
get
but that's
there.
not. We have
That's good.
tricky cards too. It doesn't make our deck good. That's like, he didn't have a good deck. He
Yeah,
drew
I-
things
I-
at the right time, and we played into Hellfire / Shadow Flame.
Anduin versus
Yeah.
Rexar.
Let the hunt begin.
The light shall
We go
bring
first?
victory.
Okay, I'll toss back that death.
Works well.
Yeah, Argent Squire would be a pretty good pickup here.
Or just another 2-drop, because we don't need the... It's not going to do anything for us to have the Dark Cultist come out. 1 less mana. Though it does give us a
Wow.
couple turns to draw something that's 1 mana.
To draw 1, exactly. This is good. If you're a non-pink class, you want to go up against other non-pink classes.
Okay, that was scary.
Empty board, pint-sized. Are you scared yet?
He didn't coin something out. So I guess he doesn't have a Glaivezuka. Or he doesn't have a Glaivezuka and a 2-drop. Maybe an Arcane Shot? Nope. Just very, very screwed. Stormwind it? Yes. Stormwind it. So then our Pint Size lives another turn, and then we get the Silverhand Knight out next.
For the king.
Or the Dark Cultist and Ping.
it's good.
I mean, not ping, heal.
Dark Cultist and heal, yes. He still has the coin.
Yep.
To my side.
Aww. Well, this healing would technically make it like, oh, we could keep the Pint Size alive one more turn. Mech Yeti traded Holy Smite. I like that. So you get a Boulder Fist out after that. Whereas if we heal, we keep the Dark Cultist alive and a 2/1, which is way worse.
That is way worse.
Or we could Silver Hand and trade both, which is the middle spot. But I'd rather Mech Yeti and Holy Smite and keep this Pint Size alive because it's our best card in this entire deck.
It's helping us out a lot right now. I like that.
Coming through.
We also want. He could like do something like coin, explosive shot, but then we have initiative with 2 good
With a
turns
Silver
coming.
Hand Knight and then followed by Boulder Fist Ogre. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, that's very good.
And we're even on cards too. It's not even like we lost a card to get all this tempo.
Yeah.
Come on. You can either coin out a 5-drop that lives or play a 4-drop that lives. This can't be the hardest decision. There we go. So we kill it with the Yeti, we Valence Chosen, the 2 whatever, and then we heal. Because otherwise the 2 whatever is going to die. I don't want the Pint Size to ever die.
Well, no, so we Valence chosen the Pint Size definitely, but which one do we bump in?
The
'Cause
Mech
can
Yeti.
also. We're bumping in the Mech Yeti to put it down to 1 health.
Yes.
We can do that and put it down.
And then we can heal the Mech Yeti if we need to. Because if we
Okay,
bump this
sure.
down, it'll be at 2 health and we're forced to heal it. Actually, that's fine too.
Must consider.
Yeah, you know what? I'll do that.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on like which one is.
Yeah, because I'm definitely going to heal this.
Yeah, we need to heal it for multi-shot purposes.
Well, that was a pretty useful Shadow Word Pain all in all. So we paint it, take the 4/2 in, and then put out a Silver Hand Knight. Or we could put out a Dark Cultist and heal it. That's actually better. Dark Cultist heal.
Hmm.
I must
Yeah, I want to keep this this summoner as high health as absolutely possible.
Okay, I'm fine with that. Start getting that heal value in right now.
Coming through.
The damned stand ready.
This is good. Developing the board. Dark Cultist can help buff one of our guys. Next turn, Boulder Fist heal is looking likely.
Kind of tracking all this time and he didn't use it to try to potentially find an answer for the minion on our board that's absolutely wrecking him. Ooh. What could it be?
Freezing?
Well, if it's freezing, we want the Yeti to go.
Yeah.
Okay, so if it's not freezing, then we want both of these to die into this so that it really buffs this guy to insane portions. And then we can play... I'd rather play a Silver Hand than a Boulder Fist in that situation. So then we can Mind Vision anyway. But let's see if it's freezing. It is indeed freezing. So
Okay,
now we can do
so-
what we really want to do.
Coming through.
Yep.
Wow. This is going to die that, so it's the same deal. So now we can Mind Vision. Huh.
Okay.
I still think I'd rather have a silver, a Boulder Fist.
My fate is sealed.
Coming through.
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
Should have played it in the other order.
Yeah, other direction, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. No. No,
I hope
not
you
exactly.
like my invention.
You know, after all this, we still don't have card advantage.
We've basically just been keeping afloat. Or, like, keeping our advantage, right? He's been putting out cards that, like...
behind me.
Well, the pint size can eat it up and still get healed.
I don't think I want that. I think I want to trade and then drop the Boulder Fist.
We could still drop the Boulder Fist.
Yeah, but then we're extending. I don't want to ever give him anything to extend into. I want to keep this 3 thing going.
Really? You want to just...
Well, you want to extend more than 3?
I guess we don't have to.
To battle. What you looking at?
If you insist.
Yeah, I would bump the 2 and heal that one up.
Coming through.
So that thing was a 2-2, and it turned into a 4-6, and then it's a 4-9 right now. So it's 1 off of max.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
Not doing anything to us.
No.
And we start putting some face pressure. Booty Bay, Mekiari, go face. Because we
Yeah.
can't clear the dogs.
Yeah.
I don't know. So he played his Booty Bay already.
Yep.
What have he got? Because now is whether you flip the board or you don't. And if you don't, we win. You do not.
You lost.
Unless you taunt that up, in which case you still lost, but at least then you'd make his habitat.
Well played.
I'll take it.
Alright.
You okay, man?
Oh,
Is
seasonal
it that bad
allergies.
with allergies? It's not even... Oh, I guess you're farther south. Because I'm like, it's freezing up here. It's
Well,
like
still
barely
freezing
above
here,
freezing.
But pollen is still out in the air.
Really? The trees don't like figure it out?
No, trees are not that smart. Because it was warm, right, for a few days, and then it just got freezing cold again.
And yeah, I'm sad too that the Deadly Shock took the Pint-Sized Summoner instead of that Boulder Fist. But that's why you have Pint-Sized Summoners, because they're one of the best cards in the entire game. It's like Mistress of Pain, but like more situational.
Anduin versus
Oh,
Hey,
ditto.
it's Socrates the priest.
Shall bring victory. The light shall burn you.
We can't keep Valens. Yeah.
Don't worry, I only advocate keeping Valens when we
Oh,
have
God.
a coin.
Oh, God.
This was always going to happen. And it did not happen because of our wonderful Pint-Sized Summoner.
Greetings.
Is someone
And this is about to super backfire on us. But there's nothing we can do. We can Shadow Word Pain that thing right now. I think that's the right move.
I think that might be the right move.
Although, you know what? If we did do Pint-Sized and then he does kill with Valens, we can just Shadow Word Pain that. Or if he runs into it and heals, we can still Shadow Word Pain the next turn.
I wonder.
Actually, I think Pint Size may be the move here.
Yeah.
Because
no.
it lets the Shadow Warp Pain get rid of two things.
Yeah, we're playing too scared for
Yeah.
just.
Because if he drops something, he can't heal it, and then the Pint Size will just trade with the 1/3. He's very incentivized to do everything in his power to kill the 2/2.
I must consider.
This is really a pint-sized summoner run.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you, those runs often do not go. that
He's
far.
figured out the right move. That's fine. We give him a card, but we stall the board,
Yeah.
which we kind of need.
Oh.
Could just Grizzly go face.
Yeah, I think that's it. This lets us proactively do something on the board rather than just reacting.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. Well, alright, it's not great. It's what we do. It could be great,
Mm-hmm.
but probably not.
I'm assuming he doesn't have a Valence, because it would have been like a very good move on his part to play around the Shadow Warp Pain and choosing not to Valence on that turn, and instead just taking the card we give him. Even though we could have like ramped out like a 4-drop here, that would presumably have ruined his day.
Could just be really greedy. I don't know.
No, I don't think he has a Valence. Now let's see if he has a Shadow Warp Pain. Coin out the...
My shield for Argus.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh. Okay.
Very fine. Could Drake do a double trade?
It's pretty good, I
I
think.
think we have to. I don't think we have another move.
I don't think we have another.
Well, we could Shadow Warp Pain one of them, heal our 3/3 up, make the trade, and then that'll still preserve the Pint Size. Actually, it's not bad. It's kind of a waste of a Shadow Warp Pain, but... Or we could Holy Smite if we think that that's better. But yeah.
Oh, wow. And then next turn we could do something like Drake Holy Smite.
Yeah.
It's good, actually. I like that.
'Cause it doesn't seem like you could take care of the Pint Size. Oh, shit.
Yeah, you. Bad Orin, dude.
I never played Priest. I forgot that even happened. Well, that was bad.
Yeah.
Instead of eating his card and getting it back, we just gave him the card back, so he's still up a card.
I wonder.
Next turn should be pretty strong. I can see a 3 damage Holy Smite being really useful. And it's about this time in which. Okay. Could still
Yeah.
be useful.
It's about as useful as a heal.
Yeah. Well,
Could heal Holy Smite, it kind of accomplishes... No, it's still better to Drake.
still better to Drake. Just do Drake. See what you draw.
It's pretty good. So trade the Barrier and the Holy Smite, what comes out.
By Holy Smiting, we preserve that 2/1. Plus, we give him nothing to buff. Yeah, we do it. Yeah. Okay.
Where is our draw engine?
I must consider.
We could set up some extremely sick Holy Novas with Valence Chosen plus Drake.
Yup. Especially because we're Valence Chosen either 2 whatever, that puts 2 things at 4 health.
Did someone say
No! Come on! Or yes.
Yes.
Or yes. Be
Excellent.
amazing.
Thank you.
You could just Sea Giant trade.
I think the tempo loss is huge.
So you want to Valen's heal and then attack to eat it.
I wonder.
Valen's heal is 6 health. That puts everything into Holy Nova range.
Damn.
Yeah. I don't want to do that. I want to Sea Giant and trade the Drake.
Yeah, alright, because if he deaths, then he throws out a 3-drop and Valence can always eat it up. Yeah, okay. Yeah, our hand is just clunky.
Come in through.
Alright, we got 1 card back.
So what you are always worried about when you place one big thing against a priest is the tempo loss that you can.
But we're
suffer
gonna play it
from.
at some time. I don't want it mind controlled.
Yeah.
It's fine. Totally okay with this.
Okay.
Valen
Ooh.
Silverhand.
Yeah. Sounds
Yeah.
pretty great. Yeah. Yeah,
It
definitely.
sets it up though. Sets up the Holy Nova.
No, I mean it's not the best Holy Nova for him. We still have something out there on the board.
Come in through.
I think our board would just be too weak if we do
Yeah.
something like Novice and Heal.
You're right. You're right. But he gets a 2-for-1 with the Holy Nova effectively. Please don't have Holy Nova.
I must consider.
Or like a Dark Bomb. And can we please draw our freaking Northshire already?
We need Northshires for this deck to work. We really do. We aggressively fight for the board, and we just hope that the Northshire comes down.
We have 2 of
For
them.
us to-
The chances of us not drawing it by halfway through the deck, which I guess we're actually not halfway through the deck. Oh, there we go. Now he's got it.
Yeah.
Ravenhold face.
Ravenhold face. That's it. But yes, we really do need this Northshire.
I don't know. I don't think that was the right move. I think we should just healed up the whatever, because you could heal it up again in the inner fire if you had to remove something big the next turn. Like, we knew the Holy Fire was coming, and that's just such a valuable card for tempo. And if we lose
Is he
tempo, we
stealing
know
it?
we have nothing. No,
Oh,
almost as bad, but
yeah. Basically just as bad. Draw
Mind
from his
Vision?
deck?
Yeah, let's draw from his deck.
Yeah,
I
draw
don't
from
want
his
to
hand.
draw from our deck.
Yeah, yeah. Draw from his hand. Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, he has a Drake. That's both bad and good. Well, we need to attack and heal. So I guess we have to play the Drake.
Yeah, we're playing the Drake, I think, no matter what.
Maybe we should have noviced.
I must
You
consider.
could, but this still allows, like,
Oh, yes. Oh, maybe not.
yeah.
Do we just attack and heal? Yeah, we just attack and heal.
I think so.
We have the board, and we need this Northshire to do more than that.
I want more than one draw off the cleric.
Mhm.
It's too easy for him.
Yeah. And he's not gonna have an easy time removing the stuff. So why don't we use his inner fire?
It'll find its time. It will find its time. Look, there's a reason it's rated as a pretty bad card. Okay, face. Wow, this guy with all the bombers.
Well, didn't kill his guy. So there's that.
Yeah. Double Northshire Holy Nova.
I was about to say, is it that obvious? It is that obvious. Yeah, it is.
Is someone injured? Is someone injured?
Let's do it. Let's draw all the cards. Draw all the cards. By the way, I'm like lagging super hard right now.
Okay,
It's
so we
really
inner
tough to
fire
see.
the 5/1 to preserve it, and then we kill everything. And
Yes,
then we
and
heal.
then we heal again after that.
Yeah. Well, let's heal first then.
Okay. So yeah, guys, remember how we were saying we needed the Northshires to win? Yes.
We got the Northshires.
This game can turn around fast.
Now we should probably
Turn
kill the
around.
Northshires.
Yeah. No, well, the Northshires have done their thing. He can actually try to mill us.
Yeah.
But if he's also not in a great position where he can just comfortably sit there and try to mill us.
I wonder.
Because we could just start going face.
Pass me that arc light spanner.
Shadow or Death, Boulder Fist Ogre, Young Priestess. That's pretty good. Shadow or Death, Boulder Fist Ogre, Young Priestess.
Yeah. Butterfist Ogre, Young Priestess. What did he do here?
Wait, do we have lethal? We had lethal.
Did we?
No, we were one off.
Wait, how?
We were
Yeah.
one off. Stormwind Knight, we were one off.
11,
Do you
12,
need a
13.
blessing?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, let's keep his board clear, I guess. I don't really care if he does something from here.
Right away. Right away.
Yeah. There was a reason for it. Light Bomb would have been full clear if he
Mhm.
kept. Yeah.
Holy Nova?
For a little while, I tackle big
Nope.
punch.
Mill us. Ah, he didn't try to mill us.
It's a shame. Let's just end this. This has been a tedious game.
You like my invention?
Oh my god.
Well played.
I just want him to see the draw again. Alright.
So there was a point about 3 turns ago when we were fairly even in cards.
Mm-hmm.
This is how we end it.
Well, in one turn we got like, what, 5 cards? 6 cards? We got a lot of cards in that one turn. Six
We got
cards.
6 cards.
We got 6 cards in one
Cards.
turn. Priest v Priest matches. Now, we would have been in a much better situation if we just drew the Northshires even earlier than that, though. So it's just about when we draw the Northshires. This deck, Valence Chosen, Northshire Clerics. Well, I'm glad my misplay in the very beginning didn't ultimately matter, because that was like blatant misplay.
That was really bad.
Was it so obvious that you didn't even think to like tell me to do it in that order? Because I had no idea. It wasn't like I thought of it and I was like, oh, I should have done it that way. It was like it happened. I was like, oh, that's right. That's how that mechanic works.
It's a move in which I don't. It's like, hey, make sure you attack with the thing next to the direwolf before you play the thing. It's like one of those things, right? Like I didn't feel like I had to tell you because
Yeah.
you're healing.
I had no idea. I was nowhere close to making the right play there. No conception of that. Right?
Yeah. Well, we're aggro priest, so let's go aggro priest.
No Yeti. Bad Yeti.
Oh. Damn it.
Do we Northshire with no follow-up? No, right? He'll
The
eat it.
heal follow-up?
It's not a follow-up. We can't. We Argent Squire. We may not even Argent Squire. No, but Argent Squire still gets one. It gets one out there because we Argent Squire. He hits it. We Scarlet Crusader. Oh, he hits it again.
He hits it again. Exactly.
I'm sad.
Chow. Freaking zombie chow.
Well, I mean, oh god, not that it matters, but
Yeah.
we lose the game if he has a Shadow Word Pain. We just lose the game.
Me too. Because it would be way too fast. Not that the other play would have been better.
No. Well, it would have done nothing.
It
Was
would've
the
done
problem? It would have actually like not even saved us face damage because the zombie chow just heal us back up.
This move has upside. The other
Yeah.
move just has nothing.
Okay, this is fine. Okay, this is fine. I am okay with this. Less okay now that I don't have anything to do, but generally okay with this.
We just squire.
Yup.
Heal his face to be nice to him. Maybe he'll be nice back and, you know, like, skip his turn. Because that's what you should do when someone heals you in the face.
He even has the perfect answer to the squire.
He does.
It's okay, we'll run it into the 3-5 preemptively.
Yeah.
Or will Valen's chosen it and do nothing because it's just a squire. We run it into it preemptively. We run into it preemptively.
Yeah, we should. That's the most use it's ever going to get. It changes
Yeah.
the math. It changes the math.
Forces him to heal.
Mm-hmm.
Or most likely he'll just run everything in.
Okay. That's cool.
Well, just lost a card there.
Thought steal. Okay.
Have I mentioned how okay I am with him doing that?
You have.
Silverhand?
Yeah. Silverhand.
I can't play any spells, so...
Yeah. Well, we have the Valen's Northshire heal combo next turn.
Squire, attend me. Job's done.
Ready,
This is
sir.
good. It's good. This is weird. It makes me wonder why he thought stole there. That was a point in which he could have pushed more and put us in a really tough position.
Because he has a lot of late game cards.
I guess so.
And he really wants the value.
Whoa!
He has a lot of late... Do we have any good cards? I guess we have a lot of Valens, but he just, like, didn't want it.
Right, so we just keep him off the board.
Alright, well, we Northshire, attack, heal, and then we decide what to do.
Exactly. Yeah.
Does Inner Fire even work on that thing to preserve some health?
It'll be
Not worth
don't-
it, I'm
don't.
guessing. Reversing
It's not
switch?
worth it. No, just
Wouldn't that
no.
make it go first? Yeah, no, I want health on this guy because we're going to Valence it. That's what's going to end up happening.
No, I want to keep the mana for a potential play in this turn.
I don't want to get my... I don't want to lose health on that.
Reverse. All right, what's reversing?
Reversing switch should make this first, so it should be 4-1 reverse into 1-4.
Would it? I actually don't know.
Yeah.
Is someone
Okay.
injured?
Battle!
Alright. We're good. Right? Yeah.
Yeah,
We're good.
that's fine. Yeah, we're not playing Valens with a chance for him to silence it before we do anything with it.
They are bend to my command.
Okay.
Okay, now we Valens.
Now we Valens. Great.
Valens the 4-4. Eat it up, heal it up.
Yeah.
Or we can Valens this and then use Inner Fire on it and make it the biggest thing ever.
Valens that, Inner Fire, that's 4.
We can still play the Dark Cultist, but we'll probably heal it up.
can
Nah,
still
you
play
know
the
what?
Dark
You know what? I like to keep that thing small. He doesn't seem like he has a way to deal with it.
I actually like the other play.
Yeah.
It's good, yeah. It's good.
But it puts all of our eggs in one basket.
It does.
For a Shadow or Death. I prefer to be. Well,
We get a lot more stuff
we
out
do.
there.
We do.
Right away.
Like, I just don't count Inner.
Yeah, and it's 3 health. That's as good as it
Fire is
gets.
Yeah. No, this is... Here's the thing. Like, whoever controls the board wins this matchup. It doesn't matter
I
about
mean, he's
cards.
probably going to Shadow or Death at 7-3, though.
It's fine. Because we have another Valens in hand as well.
Yeah, but we
also
can't
have-
draw anymore. I was wondering if we, wanted to draw to keep up with his cards. Because he
No,
has
I'd rather-
he has way more cards than we do now, right? Like he drew from
does.
outside.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm not terribly concerned.
Well, we Valens.
Valens, yeah.
Valens the 4-4, I'm guessing, or the 3-4.
I must consider.
I guess the 4-4 because we want the 3-4 to die.
4-4.
Yeah, but it's like we have no plays now. Should we just?
Yeah,
we
well-
should just. He hasn't. He definitely has another.
Death?
Yeah.
Yeah, another death would be bad.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think that was the right move. The
Well, if
turn
it was
before.
like that, then the Valens, we could put on the Cultist, because then if he deaths that, we could always...
My fate is sealed.
Do you need a blessing?
To battle!
I have no time for games.
Really annoying. Do we have any silences?
Nope.
Damn.
Just throw out a pint size and trade, I guess.
I wonder.
Yeah, it's really the only thing that we can do.
And we'll need to heal the 5-6 too, so it doesn't die. So he has a chance of taking one of the other one.
Yeah.
I wonder.
And we can Holy Smite it.
We can
Alright.
Holy Smite it afterwards. Good Sylvanist.
Yeah, we can't play the Sea Giant because we can't take care of it if she steals it,
You're right, we can't play it right now.
and then we won't be able to play after this.
Or do we chance it because we're just not going to be able to get on the board?
Quickly, to battle!
It's rope. I'll leave it up to you.
To battle!
I agree with this, actually.
We have no cards. You can do anything to win this from here.
Yeah, that was a real good Sylvanas from him. Useful ghoul too.
Okay.
This isn't so bad.
Not at all.
Is he setting up for a Nova? Okay, well,
I think we had a setup for a Nova. It means he doesn't have mind control, which is all I care about. We
Yeah,
can't go
well-
for face yet, so we had to make the trades.
yeah. So heal up the
Some consideration of just Holy Nova in there, and then making the biggest giant ever.
Yep.
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
Go face, right?
Good.
Can't clear the board, so go face. You want to clear the
How
4-4?
it works? I do. We don't have reach, you know. We still have to beat him on the board.
Well, he's on the board now.
We draw.
I hope you like my invention.
Yeah.
Silver Hand Knight, kill the 2-4, heal it up, and then go face.
Yep. That's all we can do.
Attend me.
Ready, sir.
Is someone injured?
Okay, draw more cards. Oh yeah, he got our Sea Giant. Yeah, see, it's because of stuff like this, because we're definitely just going face now. That's why I wanted to go face before. I don't think you were being aggressive enough.
X marks the spot.
Right? Because we have third, like, we would have lethal now.
Would we?
Yeah. We had 6 more damage on him?
That's true. No,
Oh,
that's fair.
whatever. We're gonna Shadow Word Death,
Death,
Yeti into that, Holy
And
Nova
then
to kill
Holy
the
Nova.
rest, and then go face.
and then go face.
Wait, what?
Oh, right. No, we were thinking the same thing. That it was 3 damage. It's not 3 damage.
You insist.
Oh,
To battle.
If you're sure.
Well, that wasted a card, and gave him a card.
I am not a morning person.
Sylvanas and a Dr. Boom?
Oh, we need 1 damage.
We're going face.
Yeah, we're going face.
Battle.
You insist.
Oh, if you're sure.
Yeah, we need more than 1 damage. Peeling this one. Actually, no.
No. The Yeti has a good... Yeah. You should heal the Yeti. Because the boom bots.
But then the 1-1s could already clear. If I do this, he can't clear with the 2 1-1s. No, this is the right move. Because he can't take the actual 1-1s to clear this. He has to do something else to clear it. Yeah. Otherwise, he has actual board clear, like just like this. Right now, he has to get a little lucky. Or he has board clear anyway.
Yeah.
But no, that was a huge misplay on our part. To use the Holy Nova there. Because he can, like, he's going to get out of reach very quickly, right? Like, he's a priest, so we had to, like, take our reach and hit it. And we thought we were clearing the board, which would have gotten the 3 extra damage that we needed.
Must consider.
Huh. 5, that's 4. Well, if we draw a Ravenholt, we're still good.
Yeah. We still have the Ravenhole out.
Now we need.
Nope.
And now he's out of Ravenholt range. So none of this would have been a problem if we had Boulderfist Ogre to the face. Well, we could double cloak a Ravenholt now. So, who knows? Not actually dead yet with this cloak field. Okay. He's cloaked. That's face damage. That'll at least trade face damage on him. Although, I think we're running out of health ourselves.
Yeah. Huh.
That's fine.
Okay. That's actually not.
He has lethal next turn anyway.
Yeah.
Well played.
And that's it.
You have best.
Yeah. Think back on what you said. No, I think you made a good point. I think that was the best option there.
Yeah, like I told you this from the very beginning. On big decisions, I'm listening to you on this one because I think you're a better priest player. But I think that point we just should, I would normally go face
Yeah, yeah.
because he had cards.
think I
Well,
got
like, what were we
caught up with-
playing?
Yeah, it's just because my philosophy is it's just really tough for a priest to play off the board, and it usually is.
But is it like 6 cards tough?
Yeah, a lot of times it is 6 cards tough.
I don't
Just
think
because
so.
like. But yeah, look at our hand right now. It wasn't because usually you have stuff that you can draw into to push your advantage even more, right? Like Temple Enforcers and all that stuff. We
No,
didn't have
you
that.
really you can't. You have very little because you're still drawing 1 card. You're leaking tempo every turn you stay on the board as the priest.
Yeah,
Like always. It's not with our deck or anything.
Shall burn you.
Like you'd have to have all card draw cards in order for that to not be the case.
Also, I was surprised you didn't wait longer after the loss.
I waited a bit. I just want to get this over with. There's so many misplays tonight. This is like the most misplayed arena Coop, I think, in history since the Rogue one.
Yeah, we're not playing well tonight. Definitely not.
And of our 2 losses, only 1 was because of a misplay, but still. Like, especially with a deck like this that's going to just hand you 3 losses at random points like this. Like, you can't.
For a little while, I'm happy.
Yeah. Oh god.
That's not much we can do.
Nope. Well, we're gonna wait until it goes to 5 so we can death it. Grizz. Squire Valence next turn. Oh man. Okay. If we Squire Valence, 50-50 chance it'll hit. If we Yeti, he could just kill it off with that. But
I don't really care if he kills it off with that. Because we can Squire Valence the next turn, right?
yeah.
And it'll presumably be better.
probably will be.
You know what? Let's go with the 50% chance. We lose. Like, the game is set up so that we lose. I think a 50% chance to not lose immediately is better.
Well, he could also Shadow Word Pain this, and then that's...
How would he Shadow Word Pain? Oh, because the square... Oh, I thought this was 4. Never mind.
No. It's not Blessing of Kings, dude. Or... Yeah.
Yep, okay. Fine, good choice. Okay. He's more aggro than we are, apparently.
Of course.
Well, we're Shadow Word Deathing that, and then we just play our 2 little guys.
Yeah. I like that a lot. It gives us something to Valens, and we kill off the Demolisher. It's pretty good.
At this point, you can't worry about things like playing into Holy Nova.
No, you definitely can't. Plus, the 1 health on the Yeti is pretty good. Really good for Holy Nova purposes.
Yep. Okay, I'm not going to actually save it.
Mind if I roll need?
That's also not going to save it. Alright. Could put the Sea Giant out now. Or we could Valens, potentially eat something, and then heal it.
He still has something on the board, right? It's like...
Yeah, but he has... like,
Right.
and then we eat it with the Yeti, it'll most likely not be able to be killed by the Loot Hoarder. It's a little dangerous.
Yeah, the Sea Giant is dangerous, actually.
Well, no, I mean the Valens is dangerous.
I think the Sea Giant is really dangerous,
It's
too.
more dangerous? Okay.
Yeah.
Or we could just lose the 1-1, put it on the 4-3. No.
I fight.
It's just too much value. Alright, so now we can heal this and eat up the 2-1.
Yeah.
He's still up a card on us. Well, not really up like half a card on us, but we have the board, so this is where you want to be.
Special delivery!
Oh. Alright, I guess it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Do not be +1 health. Oh, freeze? That's fine. I don't care that much about freeze.
He was target... Does he...
He's debating whether he needs to freeze it.
You would freeze here if you... Oh.
Interesting. It's also fine. We'll just eat it and then Holy Smite the other guy and play the Boulder Fist.
Yes.
Or we can just Boulder Fist and Rusty Horn the Boulder Fist.
No, I'd rather clear.
Okay. Because of the Shadow Word Death that we haven't tested for.
Yeah.
Like, next time say stuff like that or else I don't know what you're thinking.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. But yes, it's for that reason. Okay.
Because we're using up a card, right? And we could have just eaten that thing. So you're more afraid of the Shadow Word Death than you are of the card advantage loss.
Yes.
Because we basically just lost half a card, right? That's what we did. We voluntarily decided we were going to lose half a card if he didn't have a Shadow Word Death, and if he did have a Shadow Word Death, we were going to preserve our board.
Yeah. And I think it was pretty valuable to preserve that thing, just in case.
Oh, we like that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We liked it better before. I guess he doesn't seem like he can do anything. We might as well just put the Sea Giant out and eat the
Put the
3/3.
giant out there. Yeah, exactly.
Do you think is there any way for him to kill this?
He needs
With the 1? He needs like more than a he needs so many things, right?
He needs like Dark Iron plus, and that'll cost
Yeah.
him a lot. He needs
Yeah.
Dark Iron plus something else.
So I don't care about that. I just wanted to get the Sea
possible.
Giant out because maybe he can. Did it lock himself in? He locked himself in.
Special delivery.
He purposefully locked himself in.
Oh. This guy's got a lot of bomb lobsters.
Yeah. So what I was considering there with what he can kill with 4 health was the Rusty Horn to see if it was worth playing. Was not
Yeah.
worth playing. Well, I'll go Shrinkmeister. Shrinkmeister heal Dark Cultist. Or you want to just Ravenhold and heal.
Yeah, I just want to Ravenhold and heal.
Okay.
I don't.
I hear you got a problem.
Yeah, get it out of Nova range. This is good.
Mm-hmm.
Shriekmeister can be used for a more vital turn. It's not vital right now.
Sure. Yeah. So they actually keep something alive.
Yeah. And right now is kind of when you can say, all right, I think we can afford to play around MC Tech.
I must consider.
Oh. Okay. I guess this is
Setting
what
up
happens when
the second
you go
Nova.
second, and then we could just heal again. Sure.
Alright, well, it's overhand Dark Cultist, heal the 8-1.
Yeah.
Squire, attend me.
To help, stand ready.
Ready, sir.
Because it's not a Dark Bomb. He would have played the Dark Bomb if it is a Dark Bomb. So I no longer care about this other stuff. He can now remove the 6-1 and the 2-2 to all he wants.
Yeah, if it was a Dark Bomb, he should have just played it. Or,
Yep.
sorry, Light Bomb. Light Bomb, not Dark Bomb.
Yep. So he needs like a Death Wing.
You have been. Well played.
Okay. Deathwing bait? Yeah, maybe. Who knows, right?
To just throw a Holy Nova away because you know you have the Death Wing? I mean, it's fair. He gets the healing in, which is what you're really
Right.
concerned about at that point.
Yeah, gets the healing in right there, because you're going to discard it anyways.
Mhm.
If
Alright, I'm taking a break right now. You want to entertain chat?
Yeah, sure.
Let me know if you guys have any questions. I'll come back and answer a bunch of questions. We usually stop at 5 games. We're stopping at 4 games now because I don't know if there's going to be much more after the 5th game.
I don't know. Yeah, it's tough. Captain Goof, I don't know if we can prove you wrong about that 4 wins. Although I definitely think we misplayed in that second loss. There was a chance for us to win it. I think I led us astray, which is unfortunate. But it's also, I mean, that's pretty tough, Sylvanas and Dr. Boom. But we had an advantage. We didn't push it enough. That's the thing, though. Like, when you have an advantage on the board, like, you can overcome a lot of cards, but you can't really overcome, like, Sylvanas. Sylvanas punishes you for having a good board, which is just really tough. Oh, post in chat. Yes. Yeah, I know, Captain Goof. We didn't account for the lack of Murloc value. Admiral Murs, how often do you disagree with Hearth Arena? Thanks for putting work into it. I had a 9 and 10 win run today. Congrats, man. Falcone, we usually disagree. You can ask Adwicta personally, but I disagree maybe about 2 to 3 times, probably about 3 times per draft. And I usually think pretty hard about some other number of picks, but I think on average it's like about 3 picks I disagree with. I think that Hearth Arena 2.0 is better in many aspects, and in some ways I'm just we still do need to tweak it a little bit.
What? Hearth Arena's perfect. What are you talking about? We have no more changes planned. It's just going to stay the way it is. All we're going to do is for now is just to add cards. No, there's at least one more big system change being put in, and then the archetype calculator is going to get upgraded a lot. But it's kind of on the back burner now because I just want it to look better now, because after the Arena 2.0 came out, it really did a lot of the things that was kind of like iffy about it before. And we like overlaid a bunch of things onto it, and it's good enough now that I don't feel the need to like do the really fancy archetype stuff yet.
I'm gonna grab some water. There's a couple questions in chat.
Kate, Captain Goof says Merps and Adukta predicted 5, but forgot to account for lack of Murloc value, which is worth 1 win. It's true. We have not a single Murloc in here. Although we only passed up 1 Murloc. All right, it was Murloc Tidehunter, and I think we passed it up for some like Yeti or something. And in retrospect, totally regret it. I wanted a Murloc Tidehunter now. Never FTK says at Adukta and at Merps, for a newer player, what is the best way to gather dust for making decks / cards? Depends. If you just want the shortest point between getting cards for your constructed, I think the easiest way is to play some arena, determine how good you are, and then if you are not getting 3 wins per run, to go right back to constructed. If you want to like get better at the game overall and be flexible as the meta adjusts and whatever, even in constructed, I would say play some arena. And just work to like get to like that 5-win range, because at the 5-win range you're getting a return, a higher return on your gold and your dust compared to constructed, because a lot of the rewards that you know infinite means you can keep playing arena, you get 1 free pack each turn, but that just means it accounts for your gold. You're still getting random amounts of like dust, which is a good amount of dust actually, and you're also getting random amounts of cards, which is good to build your collection because you don't have any cards. So any card that you get from one of the rewards, which most players look at and go, oh, it's a card, you would be like, hey, it's just adding to my collection. Mosteel says, Zadog, what are the odds of a deck like this reaching 12 wins? Less than 5%, probably less than 0.5%. Come on. But yeah. Okay, let's keep going.
I don't know about 0.5%. It's just not good.
Really? Like, the last game was a really, really, really weird game, right? He probably misplayed a bunch because he, went face when he didn't have to and did stuff like that to let us be on the board, and he paid for it. So, I guess it also depends on what kind of players you meet, what kind of decks you meet, but it's very low. There are many decks you can just say this will never go 12 wins. It's much harder the other way around, because almost any deck can go like less than 3 wins.
Why are you not?
I'm just clicking. I'm just randomly clicking.
Yes, right. I think this is good.
Okay.
We keep nothing.
Why do we keep facing priests? Can we face other people? Can I coin out a pint size? I just need to draw a 3-drop, and I'm comfortable coining out the pint size. I actually can't coin out the pint size. Can I coin out the pint size on a draw?
But what are we going to draw into?
Either a 2-drop or a 3-drop. Because otherwise the pint size is dead.
It's true.
Must consider.
This could backfire a lot, but I think we do it too. Yeah, we need to draw into either a 2 or a 3.
Mm-hmm.
And please don't drop like a 2-3. And for us to draw poorly as well.
Okay, we need to draw a 2. Nope.
Nope.
Well, at least took his turn 2. He did the job of trading with his turn 2.
I hope
Yep.
you like my invention.
Okay, play slow. That's good. We're gonna play slow as well.
Priest games.
So people are asking why we did that. We did that we'll
We were playing the odds.
Yeah. Because knowing this deck, like if you play pint size on turn 2 anyways, it's just Yeah. We play the odds to draw a 2 or a 3, which gives the Valen's Chosen in our hand a lot of validity. So.
You know, there was a chance he misses his drop as well. Really? He's gonna Shadow or Ping this. That's fine. He just traded 1 for 1 card. It's not like anything bad happened as far as he's concerned. Silverhand, it's 2 things.
Yeah, it's 2 things. We need that.
Attend me.
Ready, sir.
Yeah, Abex, we know that even if it survived turn 2, we couldn't even play Pioneer Shredder or Valen's Chosen. We were going for the draw, which is just something that you have to do sometimes.
That's why we said
Whoa.
it's playing for the odds.
Yeah.
Heal back
Heals.
up. We can't even Valence this guy.
Mind if I roll need?
Yup. Nothing much we can do except play our Sea Giant and pray. We can't even get something out with the Sea Giant. Scarlet just dies.
Scar is terrible here.
Boulderfist just dies too, but at least take something down with him.
You might as well play the Sea Giant. It's like the most... Yeah.
Sea Giant just dies too. It dies to the same combination as Boulderfist. I don't see the need to play the Sea Giant.
Not to the exact same combination. It takes the Loot Hoarder with it. And also, are we going to be able to play the Sea Giant? Yeah, we should be able to.
Yeah.
We should
I
be
don't see
able
why
to.
we wouldn't be able to play the Sea Giant. I think Boulderfist is the way to go.
Or if we just want to clear the thing right now, we could do something crazy like Valence and then Emperor Cobra or
That's
Crusader.
gonna just trade neg. That's gonna trade awfully as well. I'm
Yeah.
okay taking face damage.
Yeah.
He has the same clear on the board right now. He has no way to buff the well, I mean he does, but it would take like even a he's trying to draw for something, because even a Tempo Enforcer wouldn't buff the Yeti out of range. So he needs
seems
like
to-
an actual like heal.
Be contemplating the good draw for him. That's what he drew.
With the Valence Chosen too?
I know, yeah. The death here would be great for us. Damn it.
Scarlet Emperor.
Yeah.
For the crusade!
Well, at least he anti-tempoed. What's that getting him?
Stand ready.
Okay. Ooh, face. Okay.
Valence?
Valence, definitely.
Kill the 2/1. Put out a Sea Giant?
Yeah,
'Cause,
let's
no,
put
no,
out
we're not
the...
going to heal to draw yet. We want the board first.
We want the board first.
Yeah. I don't see anything bad that can happen with this.
Well, I could see...
He didn't even death the 6/7. He doesn't have a death.
Yeah, he doesn't have a death. Death would have been much better for tempo. Sea Giant here is good.
Join or die.
Like, we're not behind on cards or anything, and we got the board.
No.
Like, what is he... He's... I guess it made... He thought it made no sense for him to, like, remove the Cobra.
Sure.
Yeah, that's fine. None of our things dies to that. And it'll just take
Yeah.
us farther to get through to your 3/4. I mean, you can choose... I mean, you can always choose who to buff with the 3/4 now that it's on the board, but...
Yeah, he's gonna kill off the 2/1.
That's fine.
Okay.
The damned stand ready.
Ugh.
Oh.
Alright. We're in a board fight.
Okay, we could do could do double Northshire heal and then also play this Overhand Knight.
He's just gonna eat
After
up
we
the
do
two
that.
Northshires.
I must consider.
Yeah.
Why would we give him that? We could play,
So
play
we
a
want-
Silver Hand Argent Squire and then heal. Or just single Northshire and heal if you just want to cycle one of them, because we don't need two. Yeah, let's cycle one of them.
Join
We have two.
or
It's kind of worthless.
die.
All right, let's do it. Do this.
Squire, attend me.
The light.
Ready, sir.
I think let's see. I think I would have healed up the 5-1 potentially.
Why?
No, no. I mean, I'm thinking about it. Like, would I have? No, not necessary. Oh. Oh. We still have the death, right?
Yeah. It's kind of all in on this. It's very much all in on this.
Got it. Got it.
Very much all in on that guy. We could also have
Got
a
it.
mind control. I mean, we don't, but we could.
No, those things don't exist.
Okay,
man.
you wanna draw for the 5-1?
Well, I definitely do want to draw, and just close this game out.
Is someone injured?
All right. I'm okay with letting the 5-1 stay at 5-1. Oh no, you know what? I don't care about the Northshire.
Yeah, I don't care about the Northshire anymore. Yes, guys, that was a very good draw.
If you insist.
I'm gonna Stormwind into that actually.
Sure.
For the king! For honor.
This presents the most difficult board for him.
Right away.
Join
He could actually mill us. We have too many injured things right now. So
He could. How
he
many
could
cards do you have
actually
left?
mill us. We're not at very high health, and he went really all in on that one thing without having done anything to test for Shadow or Death, or definitely not Mind Control.
Yeah. Yeah, we should actually watch out. Like, I think we need to start killing off those things, just because if he has a circle of healing, and a lot of stuff is going to get injured this turn.
Can we win?
Potentially. So Shadow Word Pain, Valen's Choose.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Yeah.
9, 5, 2. No, we can't win. We're still Shadow Word painting this thing, right? Yeah.
I think with Inner Fire, could we win? Shadow Word Pain, just do it. Yeah, no, I think we. Wait. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, scroll. I need to get off the squire. 5, 6, 7, 8, 12. Yeah, we won.
If you insist.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you heal the 2/5 and then you Inner Fire?
Quickly.
No, you could just Valen's Chosen be 1, 1, 3, and then. Or that, fine.
or die.
Right away.
Yeah. Also, it was hard to count because you had your thing over the squire, so I couldn't see.
Yeah,
the
next time
others.
just say something.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I moved it like the instant you said something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
One
not going to
second.
be able to do that lethal math. Alright. This game turns like a lot on just where these Northshires are in the deck. Because we entered turn 4 or 5 just without anything on the board. Because we what do? We skipped our turn 2 and we skipped our turn 3. And then we were back because once again he decided to go face. Although this time it was more reasonable because we had like 2 things on the board. I guess he could have taken the Yeti and killed the 2/3, which is what I would have done. But even then, I think we would have been back on the board without the Valens because we just eat up the Yeti with the 3/1.
Yeah. All right, let's keep on going. Let's see where this takes us. Oh, you're about to hit up your 20,000.
Yeah, I'm curious what would happen with that.
I forget if it's 20 or 40, but people are saying that other streamers have more gold, so.
Okay. I just don't want to lose a bunch of gold for no good reason because I like pre-ordered. I'm going to like pay money for everything that I can with this game because it's given me way more hours of enjoyment than could possibly be worth the amount of money I spent on it, which is so far $3 and then Nax and now BRM, and then when I hit Legend, I gave Blizzard $20.
Yeah.
Even though I never use cards, I just bought $20 worth of packs to do it.
It's basically thanks, Blizzard. You made a pretty swell game.
Exactly.
The internet says hi. She says hi back. She's just feeling a little bit tired.
Hey, I'm a bigger guy than you.
Oh my god. The Valens. So good.
Reporting for duty.
Scarlet, trade.
Yeah, so what can he do here? He could
Argent
coin,
Protect.
Consecration, or just Argent Protect. Do we care about that?
No, we have a piloted shredder.
No. Yeah, Piloted Shredder solves all the problems. Okay,
It's good.
this is fine.
Yeti, 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 Yeti. Yay!
Oh, Yeti.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, Young Priestess too. So good.
Join or die.
So good. 5/6.
I don't know what he's gonna do about that.
We're asking my chinchilla. I have 2 chinchillas. Their names are Willow and Ginzy.
They're so fat. I saw them before they got fat.
They're very well. When they're young, they're just not as fat. It's just the way chinchillas are.
Put it on your tab.
Yes, give us that card.
We shrink Meister and heal, right?
Yeah, we shrink Meister heal.
Let us see if this works. Join or die.
Because the heal keeps it out of true silver range still.
Exactly.
So.
Yep.
Oh, hey,
Not
what do you know?
that.
Yep. He could consecrate, and that'll be fine. It's a 2-for-1. It'll get his card back. Then we could pilot a shredder, heal, and go face, and then we're just, we're just rolling. He has identified the most danger to his game right there.
Oh my god. Alright, well, piloted shredder, heal up that thing. Easy peasy.
Join or die.
This is how Priest games should go. We haven't had enough games like this as Priest. It's because we don't really have a curve. So we're predictably not curving out like pretty much every other game. Could Holy Nova, Holy Smite.
Or we could drop the Sea Giant, Holy Smite it, kill it off, and then go face.
Fine. Be reasonable.
This just builds.
I'm killing off with a 3-2. I don't want him to
Yeah, of
mind
course.
control
Yeah,
anything.
Definitely. Just pushing this advantage.
Quality Consecrate. It doesn't quite save you, but it's very good.
It's very good here. Yeah.
Do we have lethal? 9 plus 8, 17.
Not anymore.
Ugh. Guess we go wider than we want to, or do we just use the Holy Nova?
We don't use the Holy Nova.
I think we do use the Holy Nova because we have Shadow Word Pain.
I wonder.
Like, he's not going to have so many little things that it matters. I think we throw the 5/7 in, use the Holy Nova, and go face with the other two.
And then go face.
Yeah.
Just to play around the MC tech.
Yeah, exactly.
Join or die.
Oh, this is next level strats right here. I'm actually okay with it. We're pushing lethal here.
We're pushing very, very,
This is
very
fine.
big lethal.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just, you know, I don't know what he
Yeah,
can do,
no, this is okay.
but I'm just never afraid of anything he can do that Holy Nova would solve at this point.
He's decided to be extremely annoying. Wow.
9, 8.
My apologies.
That's lethal, right?
Thank you.
750. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not BMing him. I can't count that fast.
Oh god. It's pretty funny.
One of those games.
It's just funny.
Yeah, he had no
That's the way-
chance in that game.
No, that's the way we want to play.
Mhm.
But it's not always as a priest, that's the way you want to play. But it's not always possible because of your draws.
All right, and this is it. This is the 6th win. This deck is going to end in 6 because every time I play Priest, it ends in 6. My average for Priest is actually not bad. I think I actually have more 6-win runs as Priest than I do all of the other wins, like win numbers put together. It's some
so weird.
ridiculously imbalanced thing like that. And there's many times where I like actually get 6-0 and then go 0-3. Like that happens a lot with Priest. Overall, it's not that bad. It's a little below my average, but I think overall with Priest, I'm probably around 6 wins. Definitely more. Actually, no, definitely more. Because my Warlock is at 6, and that's my lowest.
Wait,
Maybe
okay,
like
so
6.5.
So someone in the chat is asking, what kind of name is Merps? What kind of name is Adwicta? At least mine is.
Mine is
phonetic-
obviously an acronym.
Right. But at least mine is phonetically superior to yours.
I believe that you have to work to gain enlightenment.
I will fight with
That
honor.
really doesn't make any sense.
It makes all the sense in the world if you were enlightened, my friend. Pint size, we coin that out, we do the same thing, we just don't have the Yeti. It's a paladin, he can't do anything, presumably. At the very least, we don't keep the Yeti. The question is whether we keep the Valens.
Okay, so
I think we keep the Valens.
we actually coin out the pint size into his shield and mini.
Depends. Okay, no, we don't point out the pint size, but we still keep the pint size of the Valens, is what I'm saying.
I think keeping the Valens is fine.
Well, then you keep the pint size. You're not going to throw
Yeah,
away a 2-drop
we
for
do.
the 3-drop.
Yeah. No, we do.
Yeah.
We keep the Valens and we keep the pint size. We need to play for the upside.
No, there is no upside.
God. We need another 2. Another 2 and we increase our
Shadow
chance
Word
of winning
Pain.
significantly. That's it. We do it. Boom. Drop your shielded mini.
Or tap,
Or tap.
which is totally fine. We'll eat it and heal it.
Yeah, exactly.
Or we could do something way better. So that's what we wanted to do the other game when it didn't work out. This is exactly what we wanted to do. We wanted to draw that next card.
Wanna blow something?
Oh god, he had an
Oh,
answer.
no.
Wow, okay. It's not that good of an answer. It did hit the wrong one. Now we can't Stormwind. Do we Valens and kill it? Even though it's totally pointless, just because we have nothing else we can possibly do that would matter. We could Shadow Word Pain also, that's our other move. I think we just Valens. It still puts a really strong thing on the board. It puts a 4-5, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it puts a
I think we
5-5.
just- Yeah, I think
just
we
do
do
it.
it just for the
Join or die.
tempo. It's a waste definitely, but
Mhm.
we develop something. A Spellbreaker, we still just trade, so it's like
On your tab.
it's really annoying.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Or die.
This is good. Holds out for a turn. Preserves are 5/5.
Okay, it's dead now. Silverhand it is. No. Storming that Young Priestess is a little too cute.
That's way too cute. Alright, well, he Argent Protectors and we're in a tough spot.
Yep.
That's why Tiger is so powerful.
Oh, he top decked that too.
He could have had it in his hand, who knows? We're in rough shape.
Yeah, okay. So we can Shrink Meister the Tiger and Shadow Word Paint it. I think we have to do that.
Yes. And then we hit the 2/2 and heal.
I guess. I don't see anything better.
Yeah.
Let us see if this
Yeah.
works.
The Urgent Protector just gave him 7 mana's worth of tempo.
Yep. As soon as he dropped the Tiger, I'm like, alright, that really sucks. Yeah, and we have to
We have to do it because of the
consecration. Consecration is just terrible there.
Alright, that works. Stormwind, Priestess heal. Doesn't look like someone who had a consecration. And healing gets it out of consecration range. Or it could go all in, Stormwind Priestess Mind Vision. It's nothing we can Mind Vision from him that matters right now, though, so I don't care about the Mind Vision.
Here's the thing: if he has consecration, healing there it still doesn't save our ass, right? We still lose. Yeah, I say we go all in, right?
Okay, but you do want to go all in, right? You don't want to like keep doing this trade thing because we're technically even.
Wait,
Yeah, we're
what do
going
you
all
mean
in.
by all in?
We're Mind Vision,
Like
Young
Mind-
Priestess, Stormwind.
Yes, yes.
I don't care about this Grizzly.
I don't care about that.
Quickly. For the king! For honor.
You insist.
Well, get something out.
Because the other way would have been pretty much the same thing anyways.
Yep.
Like if you had...
The reason he did not do it the other way
Yeah, what?
astounds me.
Wow.
We don't have much of a choice here.
No, we don't.
Ravenhold and killed the 4/4. He has a shield and mini-bot. We can't play the Cobra.
I wonder.
We could play the Cobra and the Grizzly just to get rid of the 5/3. It really sucks, but the Ravenhold sucks.
No, it doesn't.
Worse,
The
I
Ravenhold doesn't
think.
do anything. What is the 5/3 still there for the next turn?
Yeah, I mean, it's still there, but we're taking a lot of face damage.
Yes, as a priest from 29 health.
I hear you.
No, I mean, we're losing control.
We don't
No.
gain the control with the Cobra and the Iron Fur.
No, we don't gain control. We stem the tide a little bit, which is, I think, the best that we could do in this scenario.
No, we don't. We don't stem the tide at all. We
Well,
have no
you get
board,
rid of
and he
one.
gets 9 mana to refill the board with the 3/3 on the board.
So what are we hoping for here?
Now we can at least hit something, and then trade, and still put the Grizzly, which puts him in a very similar situation, although the 3/4 is worse. But no, that was definitely not the right move. Because you just trade on the board and he has this full board. Our alternative now is to be just holding the Ravenhold Assassin, not the 5/3 not being on the board, and not even the 5/3, the 4/2 not being on the board, and the 3/3 not having a shield.
So what are we doing this turn? We have 6, 8.
I mean, we play everything, obviously. Oh,
Yeah.
can we not play everything? We can't play everything. We can't play everything and heal. When we need to heal.
No.
So we kill the 4/2. No. Crap. The 4-2 doesn't matter. We kill the 3-3. We kill the 3-3. We heal.
Well, how do we kill the 3-3?
We don't kill the 3-3, but it doesn't matter.
No, he has how much damage? 5, 8, 11, 15, 16. He has 16 damage.
Mm-hmm. Cobra, Iron Fur,
Yeah.
heal.
Cobra Iron for...
Heal
We should
should
kill
let
the
him chase the 4-2 in. If we kill the 4-4, he gets a free hit out. We can't come back.
Choose quickly.
Definitely Cobra, Grizzly. I think we should kill the 4-2.
Problem solved.
It's up to you. It's rope.
I don't think it matters, but this way he doesn't get a free thing on the Cobra. Like, unless we're actually afraid of lethal. That's the only consideration.
Yeah.
And really, we can't be playing around lethal at this point.
No.
Because the other way, all that would have done is it would have made him get a free kill on the Emperor Cobra. And we definitely would not have been able to get the board back then. Not that we would have, but we had a better chance this way.
Right. I mean, like, we had decisions that game, but not... Do you think there was something we could have done differently that game to win?
Nope.
I
He
don't
played a
think so.
Tiger and then an Argent Commander, Archer Protector. That's game.
Yeah, as soon as he played the Tiger, I'm
That's
like,
game.
crap, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
And we had to waste our Valence Chosen basically,
Yeah, Van's chosen.
because otherwise it wouldn't have done anything on the tempo front.
Yeah. We did it just for tempo reasons.
Yep. Which is not how you just want to use Valence Chosen, but we had no other play that turn, so it was better than just healing face.
Yeah. Well, self-fulfilling prophecy.
No, I mean that's what's gonna happen. It's not a self-fulfilling prophecy if it's just true. It's a priest. It just gets you 6 wins, which is fine with this deck. This is really a pretty bad deck.
Yeah. So any questions from chat? Let's see. At Merps, why didn't you give consideration to a priestess to make your crusader 5/6? When was? Yeah, I remember that turn. It was because we could either just play the
Because
priestess.
the priestess doesn't work on
or-
that turn.
Yeah. So he's talking about the next turn. In which we
Oh,
wanted
to prevent the kill on the tiger from the tiger.
Yeah.
What was our
it
other
wasn't-
move? Like, what was the other thing that we had that would go with the priestess?
We did Silverhand Knight because
Right,
if
but
we
what was
played
the other
priestess,
thing?
we
Yeah.
Still,
Oh, we had nothing.
No. So Stormwind Knight, but I didn't trust it either.
Right,
So
yeah.
in both ways, you give us something to kill.
Yeah.
And I just didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't like the chances, and even if it hit on the Crusader to make it a 5/6, he's still going to eat the 2/5, and he doesn't even need to Argent Protect that. And so yeah, it would have been a little bit better, but you were taking a 50-50, and I just didn't want that. And it was kind of like, here, I prefer the more conservative, just put out the most amount of power on the board, even though I'm like, all right, fine, you're probably just going to Argent Protect and kill it.
I don't know, maybe that is a better move. It did prevent against the very thing that we were almost sure that he was able to do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, so at Merps, the alternative wasn't healing your face. Right, we know that. You could have pained on 3, use Valence to kill the Brewmaster.
Yeah, we could have
Let's
pain on
see.
3. I was considering the pain on 3 as well. That was the alternate move on 3.
Right. No, that
But
was
we don't
definitely
know he was going to
alternative,
draw a Brewmaster or whatever, right?
Right.
You can't look at what he
had-
does the next turn when it happens to be pretty much
When it
one of
happens.
2 neutral 4-drops that can actually deal 5 damage, right? Like,
Right.
if you play it thinking of things like that, you're going to anti-tempo
we-
yourself way more than that's going to work.
this deck has to push its advantage on the board, and we couldn't like you couldn't slow down at that point. So yes, it was a wasted Valens in terms of you don't actually take full advantage of Valens, but I think at that point it was what we had to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are going to go over the new cards. So let me readjust this. We're not doing another one. We don't do runs after the arena Coop, but I do want to go through the cards now because otherwise, like, I know I won't have time going forward early in the week. So this is the last time I can catch Merps before Wednesday. So I figured we'd broadcast this live.
Yeah, sounds good.
So let me take the browser in. Give me 1 second. Blackrock Mountain.
Sorry guys, I'm just gotta finish this one thing up. But yeah, I think the second game was definitely winnable, and that was I was not aggressive enough, and that was my fault.
The first game that we lost, we could have saved. I think the only decision was whether we saved one card or not, and I don't think that card would have made a difference because he was up so much after that anyway, which is why I just played totally into it. Like if he had it, there wasn't anything we could do. We couldn't go slow because he's a Warlock.
Yeah,
like Warlock is a really good matchup against a Priest, actually.
The third game is... Here's also the thing about the second game as well. Like, I played with the assumption that he had a normal Priest deck, right? Or just like decent Priest deck. Sylvanas set us back.
Yeah, and then the boom,
amount.
Sure.
The boom set us back. Like you're asking if you can overcome like a 6-card advantage with a Priest, and it's definitely possible. It's definitely possible. But that's assuming that like he has a normal deck and not a crazy one.
Mm-hmm.
One second. All right.
Yeah. All right. I guess I can make this bigger. What? Why? It's bigger now. Why is it not bigger? Okay, I don't know why it's not bigger. I think this is just as big as it can go.
So yeah. After this run, yes, I will be. I will actually go co-host with Rats for a while, so you guys can check that out. Until then, I guess we're talking about cards.
I don't know how to... Oh, there we go. Well, that all of a sudden worked for no good reason. Okay. So here are the... Well, I guess we don't need it that much. This is as good as we're going to be able to do in terms of getting these cards on the screen. All right. So, let's start.
All right. Just one. So Rats is asking how long we're going to be talking about the cards for. Do you have any idea?
I don't know. Depends on how much we agree. I mean, there's only so many cards, so I don't. Definitely less than an hour. Probably less than half an hour.
Ooh, that's a while.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's like 15 cards we have to talk about. 20 cards. I mean, if you don't want to do this, then you need to like be there on Wednesday night, like the entire time for like 4 or 5 hours, because that's how long we're gonna need to be there. And I know you like, you know, so it's your call. We could not do this right now, and I could just talk a little bit about my thoughts, and you can go do a co-op with Rats.
Yeah, I think I'll do that. I'll see you on Wednesday.
Okay, so I'll be talking a bit about these cards then, and they're gonna get set up on the co-op, and then I'm only gonna go for maybe 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes. You can ask any questions if you want, and then we're gonna go and host Rats. Okay, so you guys can go set up.
All right, chat. Thanks for having us on, or really, thanks for tuning in. Jeez, I don't know if I'm going to be able to contribute anything at all, but it'll be fun. Anyways, guys, see you on Tuesday.
Yep. All right, so Blackrock Mountain. I have been doing these card valuations before earlier today, just because we need to get started on those. And I had originally thought, when I was just looking over it without looking at it seriously, that there wasn't going to be a very big impact. But the impact that cards make on the arena meta is not due to how many cards that are added. It's not just due to how many cards that are added. It's not due to just their rarity. It's about how good these cards are. And the common cards that are these dragons are actually very playable. In the meta, you're going to see once all these cards are released, right? It's going to go in it's what's kind of weird about this release. It's going to come week by week, so your synergies aren't going to actually matter until whenever they finish releasing all the common dragons, because they're all playable, and most of them are very good, and others are still just normal value, but definitely not below average value. So by the end of all of this, the amount of dragon synergies in a deck will be very, very close to the amount of mech synergies that the average deck is going to be expected to have. And as you see in the arena right now, it's very viable to get mech synergies. You're never drafting a mech corporate being oh god, I wish I luck out on some mechs. You're drafting it being oh, I wish I don't get so unlucky that I don't draft any mechs. And so it's going to be the same way with dragons, actually. They've made up for the fact that there's very few dragons compared to how many mechs there are by making the dragons very good. I think 2 of the, if not 3, let me go over my numbers here again. Yeah, I think 2 of the dragons are going to be Yeti level or better. And at least 1 is going to still be very close. So Hungry Dragon obviously is tops, but the Draconid Crusher is an insanely good card. You see a 6/6. So Dread Inferno is an awkward card in that it's a 6/6, but it also does a whirlwind effect, and you can use it mostly for the whirlwind effect, and it drops a 6/6 body. The Draconid Crusher will be useful on, you can't think of the number of games in which you actually get someone to 15 health, right? That's not the right way to think about it. The right way to think about it is the number of games where, if you had wanted to, you could go face with your board and get him to 15 health and drop this guy on turn, on whichever turn. So a lot of times it's not the correct move to go face, even if you could get him to 15 or less health, because you'd rather trade on the board. But a value of +3/+3 will definitely change that whole dynamic. So it's a good move by Blizzard to do that, because it encourages more attacking to the face, even in decks that aren't in any way, shape, or form face decks. So that's why it's a very interesting card. And a 6/6 for 6 is not bad. The break point is 5, right? At 5 health, you're okay, we have good enough health. Very, very rarely are you playing a Boulder Fist Ogre and thinking, oh, I'm so glad it has 7 health instead of 6. Against a Mage and Fireball is kind of the only time that's relevant, and against other Boulder Fist Ogres. So its downside in the meta of the cards that you see that are that big is not that big, and the upside is it's fairly common. It's going to happen. You're going to have the option to do this in more than half of your games, and if you do, to put a 9/9 out, especially against classes that just don't have large removals, and only half the classes have common hard removals, it's very deadly. So that's also a very good card. And Volcanic Drake is... I fucking hate Volcanic Drake. I think it is one of the worst card designs for the arena. And I understand why they made it common, because they want to have a bunch of dragons, and to make it common, that's the only way to do it. And they like Volcanic Drake, and it worked for, Constructed. But in the arena, it is the last type of card that you want to see, in that it is one of like 2 or 3 cards that we have in the arena that trades tempo on the board for more tempo. So its only use is to snowball, unless you have a Flame Strike, in which case it can kind of get even value sometimes. But for the most part, with the Volcanic Drake is going to be used is the same thing that a Frostwolf Warlord is going to be used for, which is the more tempo when you already have tempo on the board. But a Frostwolf Warlord can be countered. 1 hard removal, and the Frostwolf Warlord goes from, however big to... It's okay to use a hard removal on a 5 mana drop anyway. Whereas the Volcanic Drake can only be removed... without using an additional card by use of Flame Strike. So we're once again in the Flame Strike thing, where Flame Strike is controlling a lot of the meta. But otherwise, it will take 2 cards to remove Volcanic Drake, or it will take 1 extra card, which is the removal that it will take to beat it. And that doesn't give you the card advantage, but it does take away one of your opponent's very valuable cards, and it takes away the tempo. So this is as if a card said, if you had more tempo, gain more mana. Like, if you have more stuff on the board, have all of your stuff cost less. Because dropping a mid-sized minion especially, which is 6/4 even though it has horrible stat distribution, is always doable. Except in the Flame Strike case. Everything you do, no matter what turn, you're like, oh yeah, I can take another 6/4 there. You're not like, oh, I kind of want to save it for the card advantage. So, the other cards that you may think that have these big swings for if you have the board, are cards which involve your opponents doing something, right? It involves like a Cult Master, which trades 1 type of resource for another, and like those things are fine because they'll change your game up. You can't just build a deck that's 2 RPS. Volcanic Drake encourages the exact opposite thing, and it's not a great card, right? It's not like a Hungry Dragon or a Draconic Crusher, but when it gets played, it'll win you games. And otherwise, if you don't have the board, you can't do anything with it, right? It's stuck in your hand. It's even worse than a Frostwolf Warlord, because you can't just drop 1 small minion and then play it. You actually have to kill something, which involves a removal and a mana appropriate removal. So I think it's very bad card design for the arena. And of course, that's not why, Blizzard did it, because that's not why they designed the card. Blizzard designs all cards for Constructed, and then they move it to arena. And they're kind of like, I think it's going to work. So it's 1 neutral common, but it's something that you can't play around, and it adds so much to the variance in arena. I absolutely hate this card. Value-wise, it's probably somewhere in the above average, maybe in the 60s, I'd say, low 60s. I mean, it's better than a Frostwolf Warlord, because the ability to ramp it out is much better than the Warlord, which after 5 mana, your opponent's kind of built to be prepared for big stuff anyway. The weird thing about the dragons, which they may put more in later, is that you have a Blackwing Technician, which is amazing if you have a dragon. And you have a Blackwing Corruptor, which is amazing if you have a dragon. But that's it, and it's 2 neutral cards. I guess the equivalent mech-wise would be if none of the class cards had any kind of mech synergies, and all you had was something that's kind of like a Mech Warper, but a bit worse, and then something that's kind of like a Tinkertown Technician, but a bit better. And I don't know. That's what's gonna hurt the dragons the most, I think. And we've also added to the pool of cards, so mech synergies are going to get less frequent, just because you're going to see all these cards and none of them are mechs. So I'm not sure that there's going to be enough synergy to make these cards very good, and so I'm not sure if being a dragon matters, especially because you mulligan away all dragons, with very few exceptions, right? They're not like mechs, where half the mechs are very low curve, so you would play it. And the important thing about mechs, and this is why they work, right, is that there are classes with mechs, with common low mana cost mechs. You have your shielded mini-bots, you have your auto barbers. You just don't have that here. So I'm waiting to see. I think there's a lot of dragons that are good enough that you'll get the synergies, but I'm not sure how practical it is to be waiting to it, because you're never going to hold these cards. They're all going to be mulligan away. So it's this weird dynamic where you may have some of these cards, but they're put into these very odd spots in terms of when you play it, that you're only going to get this value kind of not on curve, right? You're going to get this value like later. Yeah, Blackwing Corruptor, mini Fire Elemental, very rarely will you play it on turn 5. But, later on, when you do get a dragon, it'll still get you a very good amount of tempo. But it's a card that you have to hold for a lot later. So I think these are more balanced, more average kind of cards than the other guys. And Dragon King Sorcerer might as well just say 3/5 neutral. Because whenever you target this minion with a spell, gain +1/+1, that means you have to buff it with a spell no less, which only a few classes have access to. Or you have to have like spare parts and luck out on which spare parts you get. So it's almost a non-factor. I'm debating between just rating it what a neutral 3/5 is or giving a +2 to it. And it'll get class adjusted, obviously. So certain classes it'll actually have a bonus to, like Druid or Paladin. And then Jorah says, at Audica, a lot of these cards tempt you to keep slower, unplayable cards in your hand to get the Dragon in hand synergy. This is the reverse of the mechs where you want cheaper ones down first, mech warp or exception to get full value. Yep. And it's like this with other stuff too, right? Like beasts aside, with the what do you call that? The buzzard that got nerfed to hell. You kind of always want to play your stuff and follow it up with a synergy. But these guys do reward you to hold these dragons in your hand. But on the other hand, if you have a Blackwing Corruptor, will you really hold a dragon in your hand if you can play it, right? Like a Volcanic Drake, what happens to it? If you can have a good turn to play it, you play that thing. A Draconoid Crusher, if you have a good turn to play it, you play it. A Hungry Dragon, if you can have a good turn to play it and you can eat that one cost minion up, you play it. Dragon King Sorcerer may be the only card where you would not play it, and you almost certainly not play it if you had a better card anyway. So I'm not sure these cards you would like hold more often than you would otherwise. And I get why they did this mechanic. It was very smart of them. Because they thought, well, dragons are big. So if you had dragon synergies, I'm not sure what sense it would make. They would all be super late game synergies. And by then the game is over. So they made it so that the dragons can help you get to a point where the dragons can be played. And more of a kind of like a constructed mechanic where you have all these high costing dragons than an arena mechanic. But I think that was very clever of them. In the arena, these guys will kind of be like, I think it'll be vaguely similar to the mechs. You'll see them slightly less often. They'll swing the game more, and you'll just have more RPS into the whole game, which is just what happens with every single expansion they're releasing now. So we might as well get used to it, and it will actually affect the meta. I was dead wrong when I said I thought it wouldn't, because one, I didn't realize that the balance between rares, epics, and commons were going to be 6 commons, 2 rares, no epics. So there's way more commons than I thought. And second, I did not think the cards were all going to be this good. These are all at least average cards, with 3 of them being very distinctly above average. So you're going to see these in a lot of decks. When they're offered, they're going to get picked. Okay. Going on to the rares, these are 2 totally worthless rare cards, which I kind of don't like, because rare neutrals are already borderline. Like, there's a lot of sucky rare neutrals, and adding to it isn't really helping. I think there are less bad common neutrals than there are bad rare neutrals, and these guys are like barely playable in the arena. Dragon Egg, I'm debating between a 4 or a 2 right now. Because I don't know what the arena's supposed to be. Like, I don't know what it's supposed to do in Constructed. Like, you're going to damage it twice, and then you're going to get 2 1/1s after a ton of setup. Or maybe you, like, drop it, and then you can, like, Blessing of Kings it or something. I don't know. But you're not going to do that in the arena to great effect, and it's definitely not going to be worth a card. You'd much rather just get a 2/1 from your 1-drop. Nefarian and Ren Blackhand. Ren Blackhand is irrelevant. This card is going to challenge how low we can put in our tier list in actual body, right? We used to have this floor on 30 where we thought, okay, it's at least a big body. I don't care how much mana it costs. It's a big enough body that it can't go below tier list 30. And then Corehound was just so bad that we ended up lowering it below that. Ren Blackhand is a Corehound with, just like 2 less stats. And it's as a totally meaningless battle cry. So maybe a 20. I think maybe a 20. It should probably be a 10. I'm just uncomfortable dropping things that are actual bodies below a certain point. Because late in the game, you're top decking or whatever, the amount of mana doesn't really matter that much. And Nefarian is going to be good. It's not going to be as good as Ysera, because it's only 2 cards. It's not unlimited cards, and 8/8 is not as good of a stat distribution as 4/12, I don't think. So it'll be a little bit below the Ysera. And Ysera gets you good cards. Probably better than 2 random spells from your opponent's class. Because there are some, like, kind of iffy spells in a lot of the classes. Alright, now the revealed class cards. So I am very, very salty about Blizzard's decision to make this card a thing, the Axe Flinger. This is, like, what does the Warrior need in Arena? Worst cards, worst common cards, because clearly Warriors are so overpowered in the Arena. They really need to be taken down a peg. This is awful. Doesn't fit anything. It's a combo-y card that fits a very particular type of deck that relies on face damage. It's a bad card. It's a very bad card. It may even be it's not a beyond terrible card, it's probably a terrible card. I can't. On the other hand, the Warlock, which had stats-wise been, in terms of just win percentage, both Infinite players and regular players, has been pretty much tied with the Warriors. It was slightly better than the Warrior, but pretty much tied. Not a very meaningful difference. But Imp Gang Boss is going to rocket the Warlock. Like, I don't know if people realize this, but in the Arena, the Imp Gang Boss is like Dark Cultist value. It may even be better than the Dark Cultist. I haven't decided. But it's definitely going to be better than Yeti. And this is like a game changer for the Warlock. Because one, the Warlock never had a 2 or 3 drop. And that was always holding it back in draft consistency. And this is going to raise that draft consistency by so much. Especially because the class like just really needed these like low drops. It's more helpful for the Warlock than probably any other class to have these low drops. And it's not a 2 drop, so it's not as good as it could be. But it is a 3 drop. And it does the thing that the Warlock needs, right? Which is little 1/1s on the board that they can eventually buff. Or ping stuff with, because they don't have natural pings. Which is insanely good cards. And it's a demon on top of all that. And it follows it's just, I can't, like, think about how good a Harvest Golem is. Now, instead of a mech, it's a demon. And it doesn't have to die to get you the 1/1 imps. And it trades up with a 3/2 instead of, like, just being killed and then having the 2/1 pop out. So, it gets 2 1/1s instead of a 2/1 if you're trading with a 2/3. But if you're trading with a 3/2, it gets such insane value. So at worst, it's like a Harvest Golem. That's a demon instead of a mech. And can't be removed as easily because it has 1 more health by like spells and whatever. And it also withstands 3/5s, even if they play the 4-drop afterwards, or like 3 drops, like a Scarlet Crusader or a Mech Warper or whatever. It's insane. So I think Warlock is going to do very, very well with this card. Lava Shock, 2 damage, unlock your overloaded mana crystals, nothing terribly exciting. A little better than something like a Demon Fire, not all that much better. Because what you want to do is you want to have a turn where you're overloaded and then you use overload cards before the Lava Shock, then you use the Lava Shock, and the Shaman already has so many ways to deal 2 damage, right? You have like Fork Lightning, you have your Axe, you have spell power stuff that can make like Earthshock deal 2 damage. This is just not something that's terribly needed for the Shaman. But I could see like crazy things happen in like Constructed. I do like the design of the card. It plays with the overload mechanic, which has been kind of neglected in the Shaman in expansion since the Unbound Elemental came out. And what it also does is it allows for more swingy turns, which in Arena is generally bad, but in Constructed, that's kind of how Constructed works. And that's kind of how Shaman works. Shaman, if there's any class that I'm totally okay with giving them a lot of cards that swing the board, it's Shaman. Because that's what Overload is for. That's the whole point. And the class that I would really not want for that to be a thing at all would be like the Priest. Because if the Priest could swing a board, it would be unstoppable. But I like the card. It's just not very powerful. Dark Iron Skulker, best card in the game. Better than Dr. Boom. So good. It deals 2 damage to all undamaged minions. So what this means is it does something rogues don't do very well, which is it kills those 1/1s immediately, which prevents a lot of face damage, which is very good. And then it also deals 2 damage to, even big stuff that allows for trades. It doesn't even deal damage to your own stuff, because you're only backstabbing all the enemies. So, just an insanely good card. 4/3 is an awful stat distribution, of course. but like it's not really going to matter. You have the rogue now has another board clear, and you never play around rogue board clears, right? Because you don't play around the blade flurry, so you're not going to play around a dark iron skulker, and you generally can't. It's so like flexible, and you're already trying to keep things kind of damaged with the rogue anyway, so there's nothing you can do to play around it. And it does a function that other cards in its class can't do, and is one of the weaknesses of the class. So they took the rogue, which is a generally one-on-one kind of, my one thing deals with your one thing, but just much more efficiently, and then I'll deal some face damage and kill you, while taking damage to my face as well. It's kind of shifting that class to give them this like ultra good board clear. Yeah, it's rogue consecrate, but not quite as good as consecrate in terms of the board clear effect. But it drops a 4/3 body. Oh, this card. Why can't warriors have cards like this? Okay, at least it's a rare, right? At least it's a rare. But rares aren't that uncommon. Okay, now to the mage. Dragon's Breath. So, this is kind of... It looks like it's going to go... A lot of the comparisons are made between Dragon's Breath and that dragon, the Volcanic Dragon, right? Because you have to kill a bunch of minions on the same turn, which generally means Flame Strike aside, and Dragon's Breath is in the class that has Flame Strike. But Flame Strike aside, you're most likely doing that when you have the board, and then you get extra tempo on top of it. So Dragon's Breath fits that, but it's much more situational, because you have to first trade a bunch of minions, but then leave a minion that you want to deal 4 damage to still on the board. So... it's a little like you need a kind of a big board for this Dragon's Breath to work really well. Otherwise, it's a Flame Strike follow-up, which is still very good, but it's not quite as swingy as a Volcanic Drake would be. Even though you think like, oh, spells, they generally swing more than like just a minion, especially like a crappy stat distribution minion. But its effect won't be the same. It will not swing the board as much as the Volcanic Drake, and so I don't mind this card at all. It's also not that good. It's not like mages need another way to deal with this kind of damage, but it does give it more reach. 4 damage of reach, complements Fireball. The thing with the Flame Cannon is that it couldn't go face. Well, Dragon's Breath can go face. Flame Waker, very swingy card. It's okay. You're going to be able to trigger it if it lives a turn. It's a 2/4. It'll probably live a turn, but you don't know what it's going to hit. It may or may not do anything good, and you have to use a spell on a turn you may or may not want to use a spell on. Because what are you doing? You're like fireballing something on turn 4, and then it's going to throw two... it's going to then throw two damage in random places. It's not terribly useful, I don't think. Face damage isn't totally useless to the mage though, because they can go through taunts and all that. And I'm signing back in. I am going to open the packs, by the way, just after all this. And Core Rager is a 4/4. That's decent for a 4-drop, but a little below average, but not bad. And then if your hand is empty, gain +3/+3. I think people may be more high on your ability to empty out your hand and still be able to win as a hunter. Because as a hunter, yeah, you do get to empty your hand out if you build a very aggro deck, but it's still really hard. It's obviously never on turn 4. And so you're getting like, and the thing with emptying out your hand is that you're now not really getting the tempo value from a Core Rager. Or if you are getting a tempo value from a Core Rager this turn, your very next turn you're anti-tempoing yourself because you have no cards. So you either have put yourself into a situation where you're all in, and this helps a little bit, which is not a situation you're often in or that you want to be in the arena all that often, even as the hunter. Or you're kind of playing it as a 4/4, or you're playing it as a 7/7 fairly late in the game when you have 9 or 10 mana. Which again, is not bad, but it's just not... It's not game-changing. I don't think this will even be a 60. I think it's just average. Oh, how much gold do I have now? That's a good question. I have 2,040, so I am above the gold threshold. Which is about right. We didn't earn that much gold in that run. We only went 6 wins. And Mo Steel says you may want to hold those kill commands. That's right. You have cards as the hunter that you may want to hold. You can't just like empty it all out. It is a beast though, so even just like a 4 mana 4/4 beast is not that bad for a hunter. So it's probably average. I'm not a huge fan of this card in terms of its effect on the arena. It kind of adds swing, but it's in an area where if a hunter's like, if this card is going to make a difference between a hunter killing you and not, that's not going to happen very often. If the hunter actually throws out his hand before being able to play a Core Rager anytime close to turn 4, you're screwed. Unless you have a board clear. And if you do have a board clear, the Core Rager is going to deal like 7 more damage than otherwise, which may make a difference, but I think you're generally fine. Okay, so that's all the cards that are revealed so far. Hearth Arena and the tier list will all be updated right before Thursday. So it'll be good before you can play a single game with these new cards. And hopefully they tell us what's actually in these wings before they're released. Because if they don't, then I don't know what we're gonna do. Right? Like I don't think there is something that we can do. Okay, let's go and open some cards, and then we will throw you over to Ratsma's channel. Top Deck says they're going to reveal the rest of the cards today. Really? Like today as in tomorrow? Like Monday? That'd be awesome. It's going to be a long Wednesday night for me. I really hope they tell us like which is in what wing, because I don't want to do all the cards like before Thursday when I don't have to. Because I have to like manually put in so many stats for Hearth Arena just to like get it to work with these new cards. Golden card. Zola says that there's a stream 1 p.m. Eastern. Ah, I see. Okay, so they're gonna reveal it at 1 p.m. Eastern. That's good. I'm excited for the new class cards. Although you can kind of already see what direction they're in. I hope some of them have dragon interactions, because otherwise dragons are going to have this like weird in-between area between mechs, which are just barely populous enough to like matter in the arena, and things like pirates and murlocs, which are totally irrelevant. And then the ship cannon fires, and you're like, oh. I may have gotten 2 golden cards already. And there's a light bomb. Would we rather have had a light bomb? I don't think there were many games in which a light bomb would have won it for us. We didn't have that kind of deck where we can play without a board and then get on the board with big stuff and then stay on the board. We only had like 3 or 4 big stuff. Okay, more light bombs. Alright. Well, that's it for the stream. Thank you guys for tuning in. And Merps will be streaming on Tuesday as usual. I will almost certainly not be joining this Tuesday because I have so much stuff. But you guys should come and watch him. And I don't know if we have a co-host yet, but we'll figure out a co-host situation. Once again, thanks for tuning in, and we're throwing you over to Ratsma's channel now.